Superdome in New Orleans sold out long ago for this matchup of two of the NFL's best, the Bills and the Saints. The Bills come in with pressure on them to keep winning. If they do, they could have home field in the AFC for the third straight year. New Orleans, with a great record, 9 wins in their last 10 games, continues to pursue San Francisco in the NFC West. Good afternoon, everyone. Don Criqui with Paul McGuire. The Buffalo Bills, despite the absence of All-Pro Bruce Smith, are surprisingly optimistic. The Bills have played some of their best football against National Conference teams, going 3-0 against them, averaging 38 points a game. Today, linebackers a big key, Paul McGuire. Some of the best ever on one field.
We got the Pro Bowl linebackers here. 7 Pro Bowl linebackers. 4 for New Orleans and 3 for Buffalo on the field. Can you believe that? I just can't wait to see these guys perform.
New Orleans has the #1 sack defense in the NFL. 51 sacks. The Bills feel to keep that off Jim Kelly. Their all-pro runner Thurman Thomas has to step up and have another big day.
The best runner in the National Football League, I believe. Thurman Thomas, you gotta stop him. And when the Buffalo Bills go 3 wide with 1 tight end, they don't even skip a beat as far as the running game is concerned with Thurman Thomas. This is the biggest concern for the New Orleans Saints, correct?
The Saints have won the toss, and they will receive to start the game. There's 2 great long-range field goal kickers here today, too, if it comes down to that. One of them, Steve Christie, ready to boom it off now for the Bills. Back deep for New Orleans. Buford Jordan is back deep. Patrick Newman now drops back deep also. The last time the Bills and the Saints met was in '89 at Rich Stadium, and New Orleans won that game by 3 points. And Christie with a bouncing kickoff that rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So the Saints will go on offense to start the game. 1st and 10 at their 20. On offense, Bobby Hebert starts at quarterback. He has been hot, has not thrown an interception in a month. Dalton Hilliard, one of his runners. Greg Hayward at 280 and counting, maybe the best blocking back in the NFL. Eric Martin is the go-to receiver for the Saints. Quinn Early, a very athletic, deep threat. And Hobie Brenner's been a terrific tight end now for 12 seasons at New Orleans. Cooper, Dombrowski, Hilgenberg, Kennard, and Brock are the offensive linemen. They've allowed just 11 sacks of Bobby Hebert all season long. Saints coaches call the right tackle Stan Brock the heart and soul of the whole thing. He has really been a leader for a long time. He was here at New Orleans in the lean years. Bruce Smith, Paul. Cooper, the left tackle, got a Christmas present today for the Saints.
Oh, he believes there is Santa Claus. He looked out and he saw Bruce Smith in his street clothes inactive today. Keith Willis will take his place at the defensive end. But he would, Richard Cooper, just a little sigh of relief. Thank you.
This is a very, very wily veteran. Keith Willis had some great years with the Steelers. And now he must step up for the Bills today in the absence of Bruce Smith, out with the cracked rib. Hebert on 1st down. Downfield throw, and he's behind. Wide out Quinn Early. Herbie Jackson covering. They're going to go after Jackson most of the game. They think Odoms is tough to throw on, the Saints do. Here is the front 7 now for Buffalo. Hanson right and Willis in for the injured Bruce Smith. Marvcus Patton has moved to the outside back with the left side. They've moved Bennett inside with Conlon. They had trouble stopping the run. So Bennett is more mobile to either side from an inside position, and Talley's having another terrific year right outside backer. Jackson and Odoms the corners. Safeties between them have 14 interceptions. 8 for Jones, 6 for Kelso. On 2nd and 10, the pitch back goes to Dalton Hilliard. And the Bills shut that down at about the 23-yard line. So the Saints, who tried to hit deep ball on 1st down, now face a 3rd and long.
And it really is surprising because the running game, the Saints, has not been that good this year. I mean, and even Jim Morris said, other than punt return, it's not doing well. Here's Darryl Talley on the outside. Now watch him go down the line of scrimmage. When he does, it makes the play. He just takes on the tight end, Wainwright, and makes the play. That's super play. That's why this guy's been to the Super Bowl a couple of times. But this team, the New Orleans Saints, they have not been able to run the ball very well.
They have a shortcoming, it's that 3.7 a carry. It's gotten better in the recent weeks. Had their best running game against the Rams last Sunday, and they got over 160 yards. So that was against the worst rushing defense. The Bills go through, and Kirby Jackson slaps it back So it's 3 downs and out for the New Orleans offense on the opening possession of the game.
They had a blitz on the outside. This is the corner, Kirby Jackson. And you see Dalton Hilliard looking inside. Nobody blocks Jackson. He just gets up and times it perfectly. Bobby Hebert hits him right in the hands.
So Kirby Jackson with a pass defense on first down, then a block pass attempt on third down, and in to punt the ball is Tommy Barnhart, one of the NFC's leaders. Steps into the ball. Bills got a big rush. They went for the block. Back downfield for Buffalo is Clifford Hicks, and he returns it across the 40. Still working. Clifford Hicks is inside the 45-yard line of New Orleans. A 44-yard punt and a 23-yard return. Sean Lumpkin was on the tackle for the Saints. This Bills team, Paul, a tough club to figure. In consecutive weeks as 3 touchdown underdogs. They lost to the Colts and then to the Jets.
Well, Patrick Newman is the guy that first misses downfield on Hicks, and Hicks gets an excellent run back.
Colts and the Jets, both 3 touchdown favorites to beat Buffalo, and Buffalo was beaten in both games. But against the best, the Bills are usually at their best.
There was a big article in the paper right on the front page down here for the Saints pleading with the fans. When the Buffalo Bills have the ball, go crazy.
Pat Swilling, he was telling us yesterday in defending Jim Kelly, said one thing you won't do is rattle him. Said you can get his face all day. He'll just stand there and let you hit him as long as he gets rid of the ball.
Yeah, the other thing Sam Mills also told us that the one thing about Buffalo is when you see them on film, you really don't know how fast they come out, how fast they operate, and you don't know that watching film. So when they come out, it's going to take probably 2 or 3 series of downs to figure out exactly how fast that they do move the ball.
It appears that there are problems with the Buffalo headsets, as Coach Levy now talking this over with our referee today, Howard Rowe.
Well, if that's the case, Rick, that means New Orleans can't use theirs either.
Crowd noise is going to be a factor, as I say down here, Paul. It'll be loud, we guarantee you. Bobby Hebert.
Spent too much time with Hebert yesterday.
I guarantee it'll be loud, says Hebert. And that's probably what is being instructed now to Jim Moore, the coach of the Saints, Paul, that he has to take his headset off until Marv Levy's is working.
Got a multi-million-dollar project here, and you can't get a headset to work.
Well, last week at Kansas City in the pouring rain, we almost saw a referee go up and smoke. System short-circuited on him on the field.
And well, so you understand.
So the game will resume with both teams using the mics that are available. Thank you.
Well, sometimes it's just to the offensive coordinator back down to the bench, but that's where the big problem is, because a lot of the plays, they'll come from up in the booth from the assistant coaches, and neither team can use them.
Crowd kicks in. Calling signals will be very tough all day for Kelly. Pass blocking good as Kelly swings it out. This is Thurman Thomas with 2 blockers in front. He is inside the 30, inside the 25. And Thomas, the NFL's most valuable player last season, rips off a 23-yard gain on the reception on the Bills' first play from scrimmage.
So the one guy that the Saints talked about, look at this. You got Ken Hall, 67, is out there. Jim Richard, 51, is out in front. The blocking downfield along with Andre Reed. They're in the hurry-up mode. The one guy the Saints talked about they have to stop is Thurman Thomas, and they let him come out free.
Again, they go to Thurman Thomas, and the NFL's all-purpose yardage leader for a 4th straight year. Takes it ahead, close to a 5-yard pickup. Offensive front, Wilford, Richer, Hall, Parker, and Ballard. Jim Kelly hasn't been sacked often, just 18 times. They take care of the money, both these teams, take care of the QBs. Now the crowd kicks in again, but it hasn't stopped Buffalo yet, as here comes Thurman Thomas inside the 10, down inside the 5-yard line, and down to the 4. As Buffalo again rises to its peak levels after some very skittish performances in recent weeks.
And the one thing Jim Kelly told us is to do, the one way to take this crowd out is to score early and score a lot. Well, first possession of the ball, they're down at the 4-yard line. Excellent blocking up front. Gene Atkins, number 28, free safety, saves the touchdown.
But the Bills have another first down, and now they go first down and goal from the 4-yard line of the Saints. Kenneth Davis bangs it down to the 2-yard line. Sam Mills, inside backer, is the man who made the tackle, bringing up second down. Wayne Martin, with 14 sacks, leads the way up front for New Orleans. The linebackers are the keys, though. Jackson and Swilling with 22 sacks between them. Extra DBs come in the nickel package. They were expecting to use that a lot against Buffalo's no-huddle offense.
Mitch Farad is lined up in a tight end, number 59. He just moved, and they came across. Swilling catches him moving. The problem is that a tight end can move as long as he doesn't go forward. He reports, number 59. He reports. He can move.
He got a false start on number 59. 5-yard penalty.
He can't draw the man outside, but Mitch Farad was moving. He gets down in the three-point set position. That's what he's saying to the official. Hey, I'm a tight end. I reported. As long as I don't go forward, watch Mitch Farad. But he's in a 4-point stand. Look at, see his movement down there. You can't draw him off. That is intentionally drawing the linebacker Swilling off.
Now let's see what Kelly goes to as it's second down and goal from the 7-yard line. Bills coming out of a huddle this time. Superdome sold out. Has been for 19 straight games for the Saints. Spread formation. Kelly takes a look. They give him time again. And Don Beebe open for the moment in the end zone, but Kelly comes in high. That brings up third down.
If Kelly would have been on target with this ball, Toy Cook, number 41, the cornerback, would have made the interception. All Toy Cook did, that play just takes too long. You're running Beebe to a post corner, and Toy Cook was sitting back in the corner reading Kelly's eyes. Kelly throws the ball. They're going back into a huddle here because they're down by the goal line. And one of the reasons is that you have some people in there that are not used to playing.
I'll tell you, Paul, Kelly's had time to count the house on these passing plays. The Saints haven't been near him with their rush. Now they come. Here's a throw. No flag in the end zone. Coverage is ruled good. James Lofton, the intended receiver. So the Bills stall after an impressive opening drive. Pat Swilly put the pressure on Kelly. And the place kicker comes out, Steve Christie, who has been nothing short of excellent, hitting 21 of 25 this year for the Bills, 9 of 11 outside the 40.
There's the pressure by Swilling. You see him coming inside on Will Wolford, and he hits Kelly just as he throws the ball. I think the one thing Swilling said to us yesterday, he said, you know, you can hit Kelly, but you better put him on the ground because he's still going to get the ball off.
Now a 25-yard field goal try. And Christie drives it up and through. So the underdog Bills open the scoring. And they take a 3-0 lead. We'll be back with Buffalo's kickoff in a moment.
Gravity. It's more than a fragrance. It's a force of nature. Gravity. For men. You couldn't resist it, even if you tried.
Gray. It's how black would look if it could just lighten up a little. Flint and steel, stone and mist. Gray. A color for any age, any time. And nobody does gray like Dockers.
This season, when you buy a KFC holiday meal, I'll give you a coupon book worth up to $75 on select Mattel toys. The KFC holiday meal. Feed a family of 4, just $9.99.
Happy holidays!
Christie kicking off. Deep in the center, return team.
With Paul McGuire, Don Criqui back at the Superdome in New Orleans, Jim Kelly getting his team down close, unable to get them in, and then Christie hits the 25-yard field goal. So Buffalo goes in front 3-0. Farad took them out of touchdown range when he moved, lined as a tight end. He scored 2 touchdowns this year, Mitch Farad.
Yeah, but I don't think he was designed on that play to catch it because they're aware of it. New Orleans Saints, we talked about it when they go into some strange formations down by the goal line with Farad, or sometimes Fina goes in there. Their number 1 draft choice, number 70. So they're aware that these guys are pass receivers.
And again, Christie kicks off as we began the game. A spinner to the left side this time. This is Patrick Newman from 2 yards deep. And the Bills covering well on special teams. Tasker was down making a hit. Also down was Carwell Gardner and Matt Darby. So Bobby Hebert, who tried to hit deep on the first play from scrimmage and then saw the offense go 3 and out, Comes back out. Having a big year. 18 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. But you look at his big year and you have to really credit largely the play of the offensive line of the Saints. They've kept the rush off him. Hebert's had time and he's made it work.
There's no question about it. They don't, and you don't hear that much about this offensive line. 1985 was the last time they had an offensive lineman and the Saints in the Pro Bowl.
That's something. Handoff. Hayward, the 280-pound fullback, takes it at the Bills this time. Shane Conlon, 58, a run stopper, but he makes the play about 6 yards downfield.
Watch at the end of this play, Henry Jones, number 20. Watch what he tries to do. He'll be coming in from the left-hand side. Here goes Hayward. He just runs through tacklers. Watch, here goes Jones over the top, trying to get a piece and slow him down. Shane Conlon with the tackle.
2nd down and 3. Hayward. A full load. What do they list him at, Paul? 280, but everybody says that's a guess.
Well, they have 260 in the program, and it's 280 and counting.
It used to be.
It depends on how many gumbo shops he goes by on the way to the ball game. But he's got great movement. The Bills respect him an awful lot because they know that this guy at 280 can still cut. That's why they can run Ironhead off tackle, even wide, because he does have that mobility to be able to cut back. Christian Okoye is a runner that has to have his shoulders square in order to get some penetration. This guy doesn't.
They say none of them wish that Craig Hayward would meet Jenny Craig. But I tell you, 280, he still has speed, and he's always had power. There's a thunderous hit put on. Shane Conlon.
Whoa! You talk about a collision. Shane Conlon stepped up. It's 1st down. And Shane, get your helmet screwed back on straight.
That's the man that Joe Paterno called the best linebacker he ever had of all those great All-Americans at Penn State.
Watch this guy right here. You see that circle? That's Shane Conlon. Watch this collision coming right in the hole. Bam! Hayward gets the 1st down. Shane Conlon made a super play. Just not enough.
Interesting power formation here, Paul. They have 280-pound Craig Hayward aligned as the I-back. Buford Jordan, the up-back. Play fake, and here is a throw over the middle. Hayward puffs it up. Ball on the field. Saints have it. 1st down at their 47-yard line.
Eric Martin. The ball bounces right into Eric Martin's arms. You talk about when things go your way. They knew Hayward would be just a little dump pass. He was not, believe me, the intended receiver. You see him right here. He takes the fake. Hayward comes up, and he's set. Now, Hebert, they just want to pick up as many yards. Here comes Conlon, and he kind of hits inside. And then the ball, that's Keith Willis making a play. The ball pops out, and it goes right into the hands of Eric Martin.
Now they go to an ace formation. 3 wide receivers, 1 setback. That's Dalton Hilliard, breakaway back who can catch it. Play fake to Hilliard. Throw over the middle. It is caught by Eric Martin, and he's ahead for a gain of 9 yards. Phil Hansen of the Bills did a great job keeping Hilliard from getting out of the backfield to run a route.
Cornelius Bennett jumped up. He thought that he had the interception. And I think the ball went through his hands. Watch number 97. Here it comes. He's reading the quarterback. Look at this. The ball hits him in the hands, and it jammed his finger. Look at him. He's just hopping around. He's not even looking at the receiver. He got a piece of the ball, and I think he dislocated his thumb.
Well, one of the Bills' best, badly nicked already with bad ribs. 2nd down and less than a yard. Hayward. Tackled by the nose tackle, Jeff Wright. 1st down, Saints.
And a bunch of other people, including Keith Willis, number 93, who finally got him around the legs. I guess if you got 2nd and short, would be a play they could have called was a play action with Hayward back there, because the next play would be 3rd and short if it doesn't work, and you go, Hayward's going to get at least a yard.
Kyle Smith, the offensive coordinator, he went after a fan a couple of weeks ago. Saints feel they don't get the respect they deserve. They do from the rest of the NFL. 1st down and 10 as New Orleans on its 2nd possession, driving with the ball. Hayward's been the prime mover. Here's Hebert. Out pattern. Beautiful play by Wesley Carroll. As again, they go at Kirby Jackson, and this time Jackson just missing the tip away. Wesley Carroll with a diving catch for a 16-yard gain.
Well, this is a situation where you're going to go for the interception. Hebert, play action pass, rolls out and throws the ball. Kirby Jackson, 47. He's going to knock the ball away. But not only does he miss the ball, he also missed the receiver. Wesley Carroll gets up. He steps out of bounds, but he can still run because he was not touched on the way down.
8th play of the drive coming up now. Bills lead the game 3-0. Again, the Saints send their battering ram fullback right at the Buffalo defense, and again Conlon, 58, meets him head on.
Correct. You know what happens in a game like this? You keep sending Craig Hayward in. Watch what happens. Look at these linebackers. There's Shane Conlon hitting up on Dombrowski, number 72. But you keep battering this guy in there, you're going to have some tired folks out there because this guy, Hayward, weighs 280 plus. So am I getting the ball or not? What do you want? I mean, and he does not get tired, believe me. I don't care all that weight he's carrying. You could give this guy the ball 30 times a ball game.
Hayward walked out of the Saints training camp this week. The team would make no comment on what it was all about. Neither would he, but I saw him yesterday, and I never saw him in better spirits.
Yep. Jim Morris said, he's back. He's playing Sunday. I said, is he fine? He said, that's all the comments you're getting out of this entire football team. He's back, and we're happy he's back.
Saints winners of 9 of their last 11. The lone loss in that stretch, a 1-point defeat at San Francisco when the Saints led by 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. Big rush. Hebert in trouble. He gets away from it. Swings it out. Another tremendous throw by Hebert. And it's down to the 16-yard line.
I want you to remember something, folks. This guy's only been sacked 11 times this year. And you want to know why? Watch this offensive line. Here comes Cornelius Bennett, 97. Taken out to the outside by Brock. Look at the guys that are on the ground. He gets time to move out of the pocket and pick up. It's a 3rd and about a half a yard. Almost picked up the first down. But this offensive line is outstanding. And they do not get any recognition. And there's their leader, Brock, 67.
Hayward stays in as the lone back. Power set now, double tight ends. 1 wide receiver. 3rd down and short.
Guess who's getting it?
He didn't get there.
Darryl Talley.
Darryl Talley with the biggest hit of this game, as on 3rd and less than a yard, he knocks Hayward down for a loss. Darryl Talley.
Another All-Pro. There's 7 of them in this ball game, folks. 7 linebackers. Watch this. Talley comes right down the line of scrimmage and just throws Stowers out of the way. Number 49. He just throws him aside and makes the play for a loss of a yard.
So the Saints send out their tremendous field goal kicker, the future Hall of Famer Morton Anderson. He's hit 21 of 24 this year. He's 3 of 3, 50 plus. This is a chip shot for him, a 25-yarder, just like Christie's was, or a 35-yarder. It's on the way and good. And so with 3:47 to play in the first quarter, we're tied up 3-3. If it goes, there's a penalty marker down.
If it's against the Buffalo Bills, this will be a first down. And again, do you take points off the board? Yes. If it's against the Buffalo Bills, it'll be a first down for the Saints, and you take the 3 off the board.
There is no infraction on the play. The kick is good.
Wouldn't you like him to explain it? Well, then why is there a flag on the field?
Fell out, I guess. Well, the count holds. It is a 3-3 game. The Saints to kick off next.
The bright, invigorating scent of Coast. Discover how it wakes you up and jumpstarts your day. Up and at 'em. Coast, the eye opener.
A Only Delta gives you more flights from over here to over there. Only Delta flies you non-stop to more cities from over here to over there. In fact, only Delta flies you non-stop to more cities in Europe than all these airlines combined. Delta, we love to fly, and it shows the world over.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Honda, celebrating its 10th anniversary of automobile production in the United States. By Levi's Dockers, nobody does color like Dockers. By Coast Deodorant Soap, that crisp, invigorating scent makes Coast the eye-opener. And by McDonald's, what you want is what you get, guaranteed at McDonald's today.
Back at the Superdome, Christie, who just hit the 35-yard field goal, kicks off for the Saints. Drives it 2 yards deep into the end zone, and here comes Al Edwards. Fumble. Saints have it. Buffalo 13-yard line. Buford Jordan.
First thing Marv Levy said to us yesterday, the keys to winning this ball game. Here goes Al Edwards. Take a look. And just a great hit by Keith Taylor, number 29. Buford Jordan gets the ball. The first thing that Marv Levy said, no turnover. If we turn the ball over, we cannot win this football game. And here is the first one. Great hit by Keith Taylor, number 29, the safety, the starting strong safety, Buford Jordan, who just activated.
Yeah, they just brought him back. He's been cut by the Saints about 4 different times.
Been on their management baseball team.
Hand off to Dalton Hilliard. He takes it down to the 10-yard line. Ironic how the ball bounces. You remember the fumble by Hayward and that drive that was knocked ahead and ended up a 15-yard gain and a first down when the Saints recovered it. John Taylor is the brother of this gentleman right here, Keith Taylor, who forced that fumble. John Taylor, the great receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. Now the Saints with the power back set and the double wide receivers. Brenner, the tight end, they hardly ever go to him. He said yesterday he's really a tackle. Eric Martin in motion. They go to Hayward. This time the Bills stuff the blocking, make the knockdown. Henry Jones came up from the strong safety position with the tackle.
I'm going to tell you, you say they don't throw the ball to Hobie Brenner. Well, when you have Henry Jones, who is the strong safety, lining up on the line of scrimmage and making the tackle almost at the line of scrimmage, you better take a look at a play-action pass and look at your tight end, because you're going to have man-to-man coverage downfield with the tight end, and Hobie Brenner is a very big target.
Bills allowed just 3.3 yards a rush, and so far today they've allowed less than that to New Orleans. Saints with 8 rushes, 24 yards. Third down and 7, and Hebert from the shotgun. Here comes the rush. Hebert stands in. Incomplete. Tried to get it to Torrance Small, number 83. Cornelius Bennett got to Hebert. Darryl Talley was putting heat on.
Cornelius Bennett, I mean, this guy is playing hurt, but watch Cornelius Bennett. He's on Cooper on the outside 71. He does not quit. Look at it. They pick him up inside, and then he finally gets to Hebert. Talk about hustle, and that man is hurt. Then Hebert does get the ball away, but it is incomplete. Torrance Small is the intended receiver, and they were looking at pass interference, but there was none.
Anderson back on the field. He hit a 35-yarder. Now he drives through a 27-yarder. So the Saints capitalize on the only turnover of the game. Cannot turn it into points for a touchdown, but they do get the field goal and lead 6-3.
What's up, Jake? What up? Where's Calvin? At the J.O.B., man. What? He's still flipping those burgers at Mickey D's? Here's your order.
Thanks, Calvin.
He's not tired of that yet. Could be kicking it with us, man. Having big fun. He says he has a plan, man.
Meet the newest member of our management team, Calvin.
Congratulations.
All right, man. Manager, dude. Cool. Yep, I'm part of the management team now, Mama.
Oh, baby, I'm so proud of you.
Don't rip my boy too hard now. Yeah, you're right, because he does wear some fresh clothes. Yo, Calvin. Welcome to the hood. May we help you? So, nothing much. Well, I'm out. Hey, yo, Calvin. Now, what's the word on that job thing? Oh, man, you know, not for me. For a friend of mine. What?
To those who still believe that only expensive luxury cars should offer standard anti-lock brakes, a driver's side airbag, and sophisticated engine technology, we think you'll come around. The Civic EX sedan from Honda.
The Saints have won 9 of the last 10, and so have the San Diego Chargers, and you'll see them on most of these NBC stations as part of an NFL doubleheader as the Chargers trying to win the AFC West and go to the playoffs for the first time since '82, take on the Raiders at the Coliseum. Kickoff.
They'll leave that one in there.
He don't even touch it this time, Al Edwards, who played collegiately at Bobby Hebert School, Northwestern Louisiana. So the Bills will send their offense out from the 20-yard line with the long field to go in a moment.
Images presented by Honda. Whose senses are so acute that they can determine which is more frightening, the moment of impact or the moment immediately before impact?
Introducing the 190 horsepower Prelude VTEC. It's very quick, no matter how you look at it.
Hager's new 100% cotton pants solve a little problem our competition simply hasn't been able to straighten out. Hager wrinkle-free cotton, 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
When it comes to camcorders, always ask the right question. Like who delivers the finest picture and sound? Who lets you record 5 times longer than VHS-C? Who has all the answers? Without question, Handycam from Sony.
Wednesday, it's a holiday unsolved. See why these people get Christmas cash from a mystery Santa. Plus, reunite a Christmas baby with their family. An all-new Unsolved NBC Wednesday.
The great Archie Manning. Huh? This guy, we were talking to Archie before. Play with the Saints, play with Minnesota. Here's Archie. We asked him, you know, said, Hebert only sacked 11 times so far this year. He says, I was sacked when I played at Minnesota. I was sacked 11 times in one game.
That's right. There he is up broadcasting the Saints game now as Jim Kelly set to go to work again for the Bills. New Orleans up 6-3. First quarter, out pattern, a fastball right on the numbers. It's a first down throw. Andre Reed, number 83, was the man who made the play. Reed has complained lately. He said he's upset he's not getting the ball enough. And Marv Levy said, hey, I'm upset you're not getting the ball more.
Yeah, they split that time. They split Andre Reed out. Now, you notice they're not going into the huddle here. They won't do it in the middle of the field. But they will do it down by the goal lines because the noise is so intense down there they can't hear anything.
Up the middle they go, and running hard with the ball for the Bills is Thurman Thomas as he gets to the 35-yard line.
You know, when you're looking at Keith Taylor making the tackle, number 29, when you have safeties tackling Thurman Thomas, you better get your linebackers involved. They're not involved right now.
Big rush, and Kelly does very well to get rid of the ball as Ricky Jackson came on a blitz unimpeded. You can lose more than a down on that. You can lose your quarterback. Nobody played a glove on Jackson.
And Ricky Jackson said, I'm going to get him. And look at this. They faked to Thurman Thomas, and Kelly was trying to throw the ball out to Pete Metzlar's number 88, but nobody put a glove on Ricky Jackson. You better handle him because you put your guys in the hospital.
And he went from hard. He was looking to put the knockout punch on. Howard Rowe has this to say.
I'd like to ask for cooperation. I want the music stopped when a quarterback comes up to the huddle.
Boy, there's an unusual reaction. What did he think he was going to get?
This is not an easy group to quiet down like the Bills fans.
Don't get him started. You did a game here years ago, didn't it? It took 22 minutes. Tell Rowe that's not music.
Again.
That's a lateral.
Touch Jackson. Bills recover the ball. Penalty markers downfield. There's a complete overmatch in the Bills' pass blocking scheme. Ricky Jackson is coming in with nobody between him and Kelly.
Rick, there was a flag thrown about the 45-yard line. Watch Ricky Jackson and Swilling. Here they come. Jackson not even touched again. He goes right by Parker, and that ball was a lateral. But there was a flag thrown way downfield.
Brings up 4th down. The ball was already passed when the holding occurred.
See, there was a holding penalty downfield, but they say that the ball, Antonio Gibson, number 44, so they picked up the flag because the ball had already been thrown.
Patrick Newman is back. Chris Moore ready to punt the ball for Buffalo. What a rush, but he gets it away. It's a tremendous kick, a high spiral that turns over and carries to the 23, forcing a fair catch, and here's a penalty marker down. 53-yard punt by Moore and no return. But a marker down. It's at the 40-yard line of the Saints.
Shane Lumpkin, number 46, is in a little altercation over by the Bills bench. I always said if you're going to get in a fight, get over by your bench. You know, where the help can come a little quicker. Here they come. You're absolutely right. They just set about 8 guys up the middle, 9 guys up the middle. They never got close. It was a tremendous punt by Moore.
Get over by your bench. You never get in a fight with a guy with a number higher than the teens.
That's right. And if you're going to argue, get behind the head coach and yell over his shoulder because they never smack a coach.
Jim Mora in his 7th year, brought in by Jim Finks. At 1-2 combination is
illegal
really
block on a return. Number 37 receiving team. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Jimmy Spencer.
Finks and Mora have been a terrific combination, as have Polian and Levy at Buffalo. Paralleled success as they've both risen up. The Saints went their first 20 years without a playoff appearance. Getting set to go now once again this year, but they've never won a playoff game in the 26-year history of the franchise. They're 0-3 in the playoffs. It's interesting, Paul, the Saints have a 11-3 record, but only 2 of their wins are against teams with records of 500 or better. Washington and Miami. 5 of Buffalo's 10 wins are against teams that have won 500 or better percentage.
One other thing about it, I'll get to in just a minute.
Hebert. Great throw by Hebert out to the 31-yard line. Frank Wainwright.
Tight end. I'm telling you, when you're playing a tight end and you run play action, you've got a tight end that they're covered singly downfield. Watch Wainwright on the right of your screen. Look at this. Here's Wainwright coming down. There is really nobody on him. You're trying to cover him. The safety is to the outside. That's the end of the quarter, but that's a good play.
So Hebert has been superb as he's been in recent weeks, and we have the end of the first quarter.
Shaving would be simple, and any razor would do, if your face was square. But your face has curves. Presenting the revolutionary Schick Tracer, the only razor with twin blades that flex. Compared to other razors, Schick Tracer puts more of the blade edge against your skin. So, for real faces, like yours, Schick Tracer, we're changing the face of shaving.
Teach your children well.
Hey, buddy. You gonna do it alone this time?
It slowly go by. Don't you ever ask them
When the time comes for a man to choose his own brand of underwear, more men choose Fruit of the Loom than any other brand. The reason is simple. Comfort. Because that's what real men want. Fruit of the Loom. Clothes for the best of your life.
Teach your children well.
The happiest moments in life are spent in comfortable clothes.
It slowly go by.
The only kind of clothes Fruit of the Loom makes.
Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh.
Now Comfort has a new dress code. Fruit of the Loom.
And know they love.
Clothes for the best of your life.
This high-performance drink cleans your fuel system to help maintain peak performance. STP gas treatment, the high-performance drink for your car.
Santa getting ready for the big ride. A much in-demand Christmas card this year. And what's he watching?
Where did you get that? That's the Empire Sports Network in Buffalo.
That's the Paul McGuire official Christmas card and holiday greetings to all. As right now, the Saints are rolling with a 6-3 lead in possession of the ball again. First down and 10. Swing pass. Screen is set up for Dalton Hilliard. And the former Bengal Tiger from LSU takes it across the 45-yard line. A 16-yard gain on the play. Boy, this place is rocking.
Correct, they fake an end around to number 89, Quinn Early. You'll see him coming around from the right of your screen. And then they run a screen back to the outside. Look at the people that are in front of Dalton Hilliard. Dombrowski is out in front. Kennard is out in front. Dalton Hilliard picks up the first down.
And a bill is hurt as he's being attended to at the 38-yard line of New Orleans. Dalton Hilliard has been a model of consistency for the Saints during his career here, his 7th year. A number 2 pick back in '86 out of LSU. Hebert throwing the ball particularly well. A couple of great catches, but so far he's put it up 9 times. Has completed 6 for 77 yards on Marv Levy's Bills. Looks like Shane Conlon might be down.
Well, you've got Cornelius Bennett, number 97, with bruised ribs, and then you got Shane Conlon.
Oh, he's put some pops on today, Shane Conlon.
The Buffalo Bills rushing defense. 3.3. Here comes Cornelius Bennett, and here comes Shane Conlon, 58. He's at the top, and there it is. He gets hit. He spun around, and it looked like one of the Saints fell on his leg. All right, on the left, here comes Shane Conlon. He's making the hit with his shoulder. No, he just falls out. I don't know whether he got hit in the head or not, but he's on the bench, and he walked off on his own.
Saints now with 100 yards offense, only 23 rushing, 77 passing. 6-3 game New Orleans, second quarter. Over the middle throw and a drop by Dalton Hilliard.
He was wide open. Cornelius Bennett was covering him, and that's tough coverage for anybody on Dalton Hilliard. And the ball, Hebert just gets it off, and Dalton Hilliard drops the ball. That's lack of concentration. Here's the coverage. There you see Cornelius Bennett, number 97. Dalton Hilliard goes to the inside. Watch this. He's trying to run before you get the football. His head turned to look upfield. When he did that, he lost control of the football. One other thing, when you were talking about the Saints in the playoffs, it's amazing. This team can go 13-3 and be a wild card team.
Well, they were all talking yesterday, as you're well aware, Paul, about they really want this game for league-wide respect. Everybody talks about the 49ers, and I guess, well, they should, with the best record in the league, but the Saints are right behind. Throw over the middle, a brilliant throw by Hebert off his back foot between 2 defenders. He put the ball right to Quinn Early.
Rick, you know, we were talking to Walt Corey yesterday. He says the one thing about this team that we have to stop is the short stuff. Hebert really does not go deep that much. And watch how quick this pass is. First of all, there's nobody near him, and he dumps the ball in a back pedal. He hits Quinn Early across the middle. The play only picks up about 4 or 5 yards. But this is what the Saints love to do. The little short, quick stuff. Hit it for 4 and maybe turn it into 10.
Hebert now, 7 completions to 7 different receivers, so he spreads it around. Everybody's in the ball game, and 3rd down and 5 comes up as Hebert sets to go from the shotgun, lets it go long. Not close to a completion as his wide receiver Wesley Carroll looked to be running a post pattern, and Hebert seemed to be looking for a hitch and go. He threw a deep sideline pattern.
Well, he got hung up on the outside. Nate Odom's excellent coverage on Carroll. He had no place to go, and then he had Henry Jones, number 20, to safety. There was a double downfield. He just no place to throw the football, so he threw it away.
And Tommy Barnard in to hit the ball. There's Clifford Hicks back for the Bills. Barnhart continues his good year. He booms a deep one that'll carry inside the 5 and into the end zone. 51-yard punt, 31 net. Bills get set to go on offense again, trailing the Saints by 3, but again the Bills start from their 20.
What else? Isotoner gloves. Put on your Isotoner gloves and let's go out and play. So you take care of the hands that take care of you.
It's a refreshing taste from a cold, cold place. Yeah, it's easy going down from the very first round. Pure as can be, it's a natural, you see. Wow. It's smooth, smooth, silver bullet smooth. Yeah, well, that's our story. Now it's your call. Cold Coors Light is the right beer now. That's all. Bye-bye.
Olympic heroes. Find out what's happened to them since the games. Join NBC Sports for an Olympic Christmas at 8, 7 Central for a look back at the people who made the Barcelona Olympics special.
Jim Kelly's numbers have tumbled somewhat in the recent weeks. Saints are a tough team to score on. They've given up the fewest points in the NFL. They allow just 13 a game. Buffalo has 3, trails 6-3. Marker down, and the referee standing behind Jim Kelly threw it in.
Thurman Thomas got a head start on the play. Number 34, he started running before the ball was snapped, and that could, you know, again, you're looking at the crowd noise. But Thurman's looking at the ball, and he's looking at Kelly. Kelly didn't move yet.
Number 34 on the offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Watch Thurman Thomas. You see him behind Jim Kelly right in the middle of the screen. Look at this. Now he's moving before the ball snapped.
So Kelly and the Bills up against it now. The crowd kicks in. First down and 15. Thomas. Big hit. Vaughn Johnson, another of the Pro Bowl backers. All 4 have been to the Pro Bowl more than once for New Orleans. Number 53, Vaughn Johnson, coming off a great game against the Rams.
The toughest of them all, the smallest of them all. Sam Mills, number 51.
Sam Mills, a great story. Kelly from the shotgun on second down. He makes the connection to Thurman Thomas. Hemmed in. He tries to find his way clear and gets to the 25-yard line. Where number 51, Sam Mills, got him. Sam Mills, a man that Jim Morris says, I've never been around a better football player.
Well, here's Sam Mills. Now, he just gets too much depth. You've got to get up on Thurman Thomas. And if I know Kelly, he'd come back with the same play.
Third down. Bills need 5. Long ball. Lofton can't hold on. Incomplete at the 40-yard line of the Saints.
You know, it's amazing. Every time you throw a long ball down the sidelines, there's, according to the players, either the one covering or the one going for the ball, there's pass interference. Now, is there? Take a look downfield. There's Jones. He just reaches back. The ball goes out.
That was close.
It's good play on both parties. The pass was perfect by Kelly.
Lofton, number 80, in his 15th year. He had some trouble with drops through the middle part of the season. He's starting to come back on now. He's caught 44, 6 for touchdowns. Moore hits a knuckleball punt. Patrick Newman watches it. It takes a big Buffalo bounce and rolls all the way down to the 17-yard line. Huge punt again by Moore. He followed a 53-yarder with a 57-yarder, and again, no return. So Moore, with his right foot, gets the Bills out of jail, and the Saints are set to attack again.
Mom sent pictures. You're as big as a house.
Oh, you should see me.
Moments like this were made for Gold MasterCard. With the added credit you've earned.
It's a long drive, and you'll need the men.
Plus, no card is more welcomed. At home or abroad.
Oh, Lori, I can't believe it. How in the world?
Gold MasterCard, the best gold card to master the moment. Get in line, stay in step, or maybe you'd rather go your own way. In which case, check out the all-new 93 626 ES from the new Mazda. The company that's put a twist on everything from luxury cars to roadsters. Now we've done the same to sedans. With a V6, an airbag, and ABS. Introducing the all-new Mazda 626.
Mazda, it just feels right.
I feel fantastic. For 40 years, I've been eating grape nuts and feeling great.
Why does John Flays love grape nuts so much?
If I eat something like grape nuts that is fat-free, I feel good.
Grape nuts, the fat-free natural energy source.
I'm talking about a natural energy that stays with you all morning. I love the taste of grape nuts, and I like the texture of it. Trying other cereals brings me right back to grape nuts.
Breakfast with Post-Grape Nut cereal helps keep you going strong all morning long.
Take a week. Try them. I know you're going to like them.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Coors Light. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now. By Bic Men Shavers. There's a Bic for every beard. By Interstate Batteries. Serving you with over 200,000 dealers across the U.S. and Canada. Start fresh with Interstate Batteries. And by Mazda. Mazda, it just feels right.
Oh. Guy looks like a carryover from Mardi Gras. Maybe he's getting ready early. Handoff. And again, the Saints go to the run, power set right, and Vaughn Dunbar, the rookie from Indiana, he was their top draft choice, gets his first carry of the day. Cleveland up on Houston 7-3.
Greg Hayward last time just got an excellent block. There was a blitzing linebacker, Marcus Patton. Carlton Bailey, 54, is in for Shane Conlon, so Shane Conlon is still on the bench.
Dunbar, who ran the ball the last play, had the Saints' best rushing game. He got 91 yards against the Rams on 13 carries. They're easing him into this game. They think he could be their best back. Now he's in the lineup, pass blocking. Here it goes to great play on Hayward by Cornelius Bennett. There was room to run for the big guy if he had gotten by Cornelius Bennett.
Cornelius Bennett, what a great play. Derek Kennard, number 60, is out. Now Cornelius is down. Watch Cornelius Bennett. Watch this play he makes here. And I think he's being held right there. They grab him by the shirt, and he still gets by two blockers. Brock is one, Kennard's the other one, and then makes the play. Now he's holding his hamstring. We already have Shane Conlon out. Bruce Smith is down, not even playing, not dressed.
There's going to be some young guys playing inside backer pretty soon for Buffalo with a timeout on the field.
Hi, Super Dave Osborne here with Hager wrinkle-free cotton pants. They look great right out of the dryer with no ironing, but Hager's asked me to put them to the ultimate test. I'll wear these pants through high-pressure jets, brushes, and dryers at 3 miles per hour. Ready? Oh, we're out of time. I guess Hager will have to pay me for another commercial. Maybe not. Oh! Oh! Oh!
New Hager wrinkle-free cottons. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
They're still not wrinkled!
This is the end of how you think about dandruff shampoo. Of Head & Shoulders as you now know it. Now it's better. Because new Head & Shoulders gets to 10 times more of the places dandruff starts to help prevent flakes. Would you try this with your ordinary shampoo? I think not. No other shampoo has this formula. New Head & Shoulders. This could be the end of flakes. Period.
Why can't van doors swing open instead of slide? Why do minivans handle like trucks? Why can't they feel more like a car? This is what the engineers at Mazda wondered.
when they designed the MPV. Because when you ask better questions, you tend to come up with better answers.
Why does your door do that?
The MPV from the new Mazda.
It just feels right.
The Chargers bolting towards the playoffs. The Raiders, a major obstacle in their way. Next.
Well, you take a look at Cornelius Bennett, number 97. Watch at the end of the play. Watch his right arm, and he'll show you. He reaches for his hamstring in his right leg. Right there, you can see where Cornelius just grabbed the hamstring. He's up. He walked off the field. Remember, Shane Collins already down. You're looking at a whole bunch of young linebackers.
Hayward, the lone back, proudly into pass block out of the shotgun now on 3rd down and 6 for New Orleans. One turnover in the game, and the Saints converted into the go-ahead points. They lead 6-3. Hebert gets eaten up. Lodish comes up the middle. Mike Lodish, a backup nose tackle, along with Jeff Wright.
Excellent defense by the Buffalo Bills, but I blame this interception on Bobby Hebert. Watch the time he has to throw the ball. The defensive secondary super coverage, and then Jeff Wright down below makes the play. You don't have that much time against the Bills. Lodish was also in there, but Wright is the first guy that got the Hebert.
Almost a block of Barnhart's punt. Bills will get good field position. Ball fielded on the run by Clifford Hicks. And wisely, he puts both arms around it as he lunges down to the New Orleans 36-yard line. Just a 30-yard punt and a 6-yard return.
Rick, we started out with 7 all-pro linebackers in this ball game. We're down to 5. Right. They're dwindling away.
New Year's Day, more of the nation's best on NBC. We'll get to that in a moment, as right now the Bills go right to the running play. And taking the ball right at the New Orleans defense is Thurman Thomas. Yet another carry for a man who could set an NFL record if he continues to lead through the season and becomes the all-purpose yardage leader for a 4th straight year.
Bills possession. The first drive was beautiful. They end up with a field goal, but then 3 and out.
Kelly, ball on the field. Bills have it, 43-yard line. Maybe the Saints do.
Ricky Jackson again. I mean, he drilled Kelly. The ball came out. There was an offensive lineman there, and I don't know which one. Ken Hall is on the bottom. Does he have the ball? Yes, he does. There's Ken Hall. He's got 118 tickets he had to get for this ball game for the people from Mississippi, but the center ends up with the ball.
Marv Levy said last night to us the team that wins the turnover count's probably going to win this game. Right now the Saints lead the game and they lead the turnover count 1-0.
Watch 57, Ricky Jackson. Bam! He hits Kelly, goes down, the ball comes out, and Ken Hall goes down and gets the ball.
Kelly changes the play. 10 seconds on the play clock. Bills have plenty of time. Kelly fires. Coming back of the ball is Don Beebe, but he can't make the connection.
He had to get rid of this ball because the bookends, Swilling and Jackson, they were coming. One on each side. They're just taking off and trying to meet at the quarterback. Here they come. There's Jackson, and on the top side, there's Swilling. You got Wolford and Ballard blocking. They forced Kelly to step up and throw the ball wide.
And now for the Bills, Paul, that's 3 straight possessions with 3 downs and out, 3 punts. Moore has been superior punting the ball. He hits a high punt now. A wedge shot he tries to bring down inside the 5-yard line. He does. Bounces in for a touchback.
Patrick Newman. I mean, he just drilled. I think it was Al Edwards, number 85. Al Edwards is looking for the ball, and Patrick, what's this? What's this? Bam! Hello. That's the way you look at the ceiling. What a hit.
On New Year's Day, many of the nation's best on NBC. It all kicks off at 1 o'clock Eastern time with the 4th-ranked Aggies of Texas A&M going against the 5th-ranked Fighting Irish of Notre Dame in the Mobile Cotton Bowl. One poll, the A&M Aggies are now up to number 3. The Aggies are looking for their first undefeated season in 53 years. The Mobile Cotton Bowl coming up New Year's Day on NBC Sports, and
I'll be there.
You'll be there.
Hey, you bet. Golden Domers, your alma mater. You still have 4 years of eligibility there, don't you?
Still have it.
Yeah, you still have it at St. Joe's High School also.
No intention of using it. Here is Hebert standing back. Another terrific throw by Hebert as he goes to his main man, Eric Martin, who now has 61 catches for the year to lead the Saints.
Yeah, but, you know, terrific throw, no question about it. But you have all day to throw the football. He rolls out. Hebert, look at the time he's got. There's nobody putting any heat on him. Just sits. Martin goes out, sits down, picks up the first down. 16-yard pass play. They're at the 36-yard line. Again, credit the offensive line.
Turnovers are going to loom huge in this game. There's going to be more. One so far. Saints got the ball, ended up kicking a field goal to go ahead where they now lead 6-3. Reverse. Bang. A pop put on Quinn early. They went to the Bills playbook. Bills tried a similar play last week. Made it work on a flick back to a reverse option, and then the quarterback threw the ball for a touchdown to go ahead of Denver.
Yeah, but don't throw this. Don't run this play against a veteran, Keith Willis. I mean, he played for so many years with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You run that thing against a rookie. Don't run it against a veteran. He's going to sit there and wait. Keith Willis is not taking all the fakes.
Cincinnati Bengal coaches said he was the toughest player in their division for them to play. Keith Willis, he said we couldn't block him.
Obviously, the Saints can't either.
Hebert in trouble. He gets out of it. Bobby Hebert on the run. He's out to the 39-yard line. On a 2nd down and 16, he got about 10 yards.
Mike Lodish, number 73 of the Buffalo Bills, was upfield in his face, and Hebert made some moves to get downfield. He picked up almost 10 yards in this play. Watch this. You're going to see Hebert come out. There's Lodish being held at the line of scrimmage by Kennard, number 60. Not called. Jones makes the play.
Cornelius Bennett having his injured hamstring attended to. Dalton Hilliard now is the lone setback as the Saints go to the shotgun, 3rd down and 6. Torrance Small goes high in the air, and the ball comes in just a bit high. So again, the Saints fail to convert on a 3rd down throw from the shotgun.
Perfect coverage by Nate Adams. And look what Small does. The right thing, he comes back but misses the football. That ball went through his hands. Should have caught it.
Clifford Hicks back deep again for the Bills. 6:18 to play. First half. Hicks from his 13. Another standout special teams play by Buford Jordan, who recovered the fumble earlier. Just back on the active roster. Jordan showing up big today for New Orleans.
While the fluid styling of the Mazda 929 may be timeless, the 929 personal lease offer is considerably shorter. Because now you can lease the 929, complete with dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, and European leather, for just $349 per month. So see your Mazda dealer today. Like all good things, this offer must soon come to an end.
A simple office phone. A large custom-tailored telecommunications system. Voice only, or voice and data. Digital switching, satellite communications, tie lines, mobile communications, multiple long-distance hookups. There are many ways to get information from point A to point B, and it's all as simple as GTE.
That's the umpire, Ron Botcha, number 110. I played with the Los Angeles Chargers. He was a linebacker in 1960. He was also Jim Mora and Jack Kemp's roommate at Occidental. Mora, Kemp, and Botchin. What a trio that was.
But like all NFL officials, he'll call it as it is.
Yes.
Not a case it's where it's better to know the judgment of the law. Handoff to Thurman Thomas. Nothing left, nothing right. Jimmy Spencer closed in and stopped him, number 37.
Yeah, and also Sam Mills, number 51, put the finishing touches on, I believe. Thurman Thomas had no place to go. We have word that Shane Conlon will maybe be back the next series. All right, here it comes. Thurman Thomas, no place to go. Swilling cuts it off. Here they come back to this side. The hit, and there's Mills. And a loss of 2.
Kelly stands in, throws a wobbler. He was looking at Andre Reed. The coverage was there. Toy Cook, who's having a big season for the Saints, was on the play.
All right, this is the Bills now. This is the 5th time they've been 3rd and long. 0 for 4 going into this 3rd and long. They have not had a 3rd and short today.
And that storyline at the outset starts to unfold. If you shut down Thurman Thomas, you shut down the Bills with this rush. Here comes the rush. Kelly steps in. He gets it to Thurman Thomas somehow. And Thomas, working his way at the far sideline, will not get the first down as Reginald Jones runs him out of bounds for New Orleans.
You think Jim Kelly isn't tough, and this is what Pat Swilling and Ricky Jackson both said to us. They said, this guy is the toughest quarterback in football. Watch this play, and Kelly gets it off. Jackson's got him. He's going to the ground, gets the ball off to Thurman Thomas, who almost picks up the first down. Toy Cook missed him downfield, and then the tackle was made by number 27, Reginald Jones.
Ricky Jackson telling us yesterday, I've had this game circled, this date circled. I've been waiting to play these guys. He's doing the job so far. Twice he's been on Kelly unblocked. Moore, who might be the best Bills player so far, booms another huge punt downfield back to the 26, Patrick Newman. Bills come hunting the ball. You see those forearms flying at the ball, trying to knock it free. A 54-yard punt by Chris Moore, a 13-yard return. Tasker on the special teams tackle, 89. He's been a Pro Bowl player. He comes up limping. Bills, like the fife and drum corps, they're going to be limping out of here. The Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report is coming up, and a great story on a tremendous football coach, 65-year-old Bill Arnsparger, with Bobby Ross in their first years as San Diego Charger coaches, and he has one of the best defenses and one of the best teams in the NFL. Bob Costas, O.J. Simpson, and Bob Trumpy standing by to review all that's going on today. Right now we have 4:54 to play in the first half. New Orleans with 12 rushes for 31 yards, 2.6 a rush, but Hebert's thrown very effectively. Again, the Bills come knocking on Craig Hayward. Buffalo with 2 first-team All-Pro players on the sideline with injuries. Bruce Smith didn't even dress with a cracked rib, and Cornelius Bennett has gone out with a hamstring injury.
Well, we got to note that Shane Conlon may be back, and there's Bruce Smith on the sidelines. Remember, he's not on injured reserve now, folks. He's just the guy they eliminate in the ball game. He can come back next week and play.
Both
Shane
starting.
Shane Conlon is not in the ball game.
Nor is Bennett. 2 inside linebackers. Vaughn Dunbar swings out of the backfield. They go to him. And he kind of crayfishes his way along the AstroTurf field across the 45-yard line and out to the 47.
Kirby Jackson had a shot at him, number 47, but Dunbar just kept his balance. I mean, this is just determination to pick up a few extra yards. It's just a dump pass to the outside. Watch this. There's Jackson on the hit, and look what happens. He ends up, Dunbar, picking up another 4 yards. Excellent balance.
Saints holding to a 6-3 lead. Buffalo opened the scoring. Saints got 2 field goals from Anderson, 1 coming after a fumble by the Bills. Al Edwards. Third down and less than 3. Hebert having trouble. He can run for it. Swings it out, and Hayward catches the ball and gets the first down. Iron hit Hayward gets a standing ovation in New Orleans.
Iron hit Hayward, first of all, makes a tremendous block to save Bobby Hebert right at the beginning. 34. Watch this. Bam! Right there. He makes the block on Talley. Then Hebert goes out. Hayward Hayward comes back. Hebert finds him on this side. Now watch. I mean, Hebert goes down, and then Hayward, you talk about picking it up. The movement that he has, the ability and agility. Watch what he does with this ball. Bang to his left, back to his right, and picks up another 10 to 12 yards. Unbelievable.
Here's a guy 280 plus making defensive backs miss. First down Saints. 2:35 to play in the half, and Bobby Hebert, not liking what he sees on the defensive side from the Bills, calls a timeout. Saints have 2 left. Bills have all 3 of their timeouts.
Was that a great block he made, though, Hayward, before the play? I mean, he just stopped Darryl Talley in his tracks. He saves Bobby Hebert at the beginning from being sacked, and then catches the play. All right, here's the guy I want you to watch. Just keep it on him, and then watch this guy right here, Talley, when he comes in. Watch what he does. Here's Hebert. Bam! Talley goes back the other way, and then when Hebert gets in trouble, Hayward just says, okay, just yell over here, Bobby, go right over here, and let me pick up another 15. Move to the outside, back to the inside, a couple of missed tackles. Nate Odoms couldn't get his arms around his thighs. Hayward, yes, sir, yes, sir. Bang, bang, bang.
Maybe you don't want this guy to trim down Paul. He might lose his game.
You know, they're not even complaining about it. And that was the first thing you asked more about Hayward, too, was, you know, about his weight. Is there a problem? He said, I have none. He has none.
He did have one for a while here. Then they gave up on it because he could play carrying all that weight. Hebert on first down. Long ball. And the Bills free safety, Mark Kelso, was the closest to it. They were going to Wainwright. Kelso plays how far off the ball, Paul?
Bobby Hebert yesterday said to us, folks, honest, it was unbelievable. We're looking at the defense, and they got him in the frames. He said, I can only count 10 guys. I never can find number 38, Kelso. He's never in the frame, so I don't know where he's playing. And he says, it's very difficult. I got to look at him and find out where he is.
Mark Kelso had 3 interceptions last week against Denver.
Well, if you look at it now, Kelso is way, way back.
Second down and 10, Saints. Hilliard's the setback. He gets the ball. Dalton Hilliard driving hard to the 29-yard line. Brings up 3rd and short. They're already in Mortensen field goal range, or Morton Anderson field goal range. Henry Jones was the tackler along with Matt Darby.
I mean, this team could just wear you down. They run Ironhead Hayward up into your face and then come back with some speed and agility and Dalton Hilliard. And when you look downfield, the guys that make the tackle were Darby and Jones. Those are safeties.
Saints haven't turned the ball over in a month. That's the story of their success.
Michael Jordan in Hanes briefs. Michael Jordan in new improved Hanes briefs. It's hard to believe something this great could actually get even better. The new comfort of Hanes briefs. Better fit, better feel, better than ever.
Just wait until we get our hands on you.
To me, there's nothing better than winning a Super Bowl or a NASCAR race. But to finish strong, you have to start fresh. That's why my car starts with an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries are fresh, thanks to the largest dealer network and a lightning-fast restocking system. So insist on an Interstate battery. For factory fresh power, look for this symbol or call 1-800-CRANK-IT. And start fresh with Interstate.
Silver summer, silver time, silver line girl in the silver suit look so fine, look so fine. Silver bottom, silver top, silver fish, silver wish come from here, right from here. Ooh, and it tastes so good. Cool light is the right fit now. Cool light is the right fit now.
Christmas Day, a special NBA doubleheader gift. First, Olympic hero David Robinson and the San Antonio Spurs make their first trip to L.A. to take on their old coach Larry Brown and the Clippers. Then in prime time, Michael Jordan and the world champion Bulls beat their toughest opponents from last season's playoffs, the New York Knicks. Christmas Day on NBC.
There's Shane Conlon. He was banged up and has been sidelined since earlier in the game. Cornelius Bennett, he's still on the sideline. Ice applied one of his hamstring muscles that was injured as he made a lot of plays. Bruce Smith here in body and in spirit, but not on the field, out with a cracked rib. Yet the Bills are hanging in, down by just 3 points as the Saints now have a play fake. Hebert throws again right on the money. And again he goes to Eric Martin. First down, Saints.
This play fake is really, I mean, it holds the defensive secondary. Kirby Jackson really has no chance on Eric Martin. Hebert fakes the ball. Watch, the quick fake, that freezes everybody. Kelso is still in the middle of the field. He can't get out to help. And then you see Martin beating Jackson on the Kirby Jackson on the outside, first down.
This man can throw and this man can talk. You say hello and he can give you 30-40 minutes nonstop. Having a big day, Bobby Hebert, as he drives the Saints closer with his right arm. First down. Touchdown, penalty marker down. Looks like it's against the Bills.
Well, the official that threw the flag also signaled touchdown. So if that's the case, I got to deduce that it is a touchdown, and it's against Nate Odom. Because he called for touchdown. Now, is it or isn't it?
Let's wait and see. Torrance Small is the man.
All right, here it is. Now, yeah, Nate Odoms is pushing up. That's pass interference. It's defensive pass interference, no question about it. You see, that's the guy that throws the flag. Now, watch the official. Touchdown. It obviously had to be against the Buffalo Bills.
I looked to be clearly pass interference ball on the replay.
There's no question about it. That replay that we just had just shows Nate Odom's arm pushing off of Small. Feel free to go to the bathroom anytime. I don't know what they're discussing because it is touchdown.
Here we got 2 fouls, defensive pass interference, penalties declined, touchdown.
What's the other penalty? Hold it.
Red ball foul, taunting against New Orleans. 15 yards will be assessed on the kickoff.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, punching after the touchdown, so and spiking the ball, and so they'll be penalized after the.
Let's watch again.
There it is. You see Nate Odom's left arm. He's pushing off. Small's got every right to go to the ball. So does the defensive man, but you can't touch the offensive man. That is touchdown.
Why would you want to hit somebody after you scored?
I don't know. Well, they got in each other's face.
Hebert 13 for 20 throwing the ball. 147 yards and a touchdown, and Morton Anderson drives the extra point through. It's now a 13-3 game.
Well, here's Small. See, he goes up and throws the ball right at the feet of Nate Odom. Now they're in each other's face. Taunting. I thought he said hitting, but it's taunting. And in a 15-yard penalty.
Hardly a capital offense.
Get a little excited. It's the first touchdown in the ball game. And the problem is you kick the ball from the 20. That's like after a safety.
Small's a rookie from Elkhorn State. 5th-round draft choice.
I mean, it gets a super pass by Hebert. Pass interference. And Small just keeping his eye on the ball and then busts the ball right in front of Nate Odom. The reason I said touchdown is because that official, when his hat went up, that's a second penalty for taunting. But when he signaled, he threw the flag and then signaled touchdown, it had to be defense because he wouldn't have called touchdown.
They are really rocking and rolling here in the Delta.
Well, Jim Kelly and Marv Levy told us before last night that the only way to get this crowd out of the game is to score early and score a lot. Well, they scored early and only scored 3 points, and the Saints responded with 13 of their own.
Good times rolling in the town that Care forgot. As the Saints have trailed early 3-0 and have now opened up a 10-point lead, 13-3.
Minute and 13 to go, but the Bills do have 3 timeouts, and with their hurry-up offense, which has not been effective at all today, they can move the ball down the field in a minute and 13.
But really,
against
Paul,
this defense, I don't think so.
As this game's evolved, Thurman Thomas ran early, and the Bills moved the ball with relative ease. But since that early drive and the field goal, the Saints have stopped Thurman Thomas, and they have in turn totally brought Kelly in the pass offense to a screeching halt. When he has to throw, they're all over him.
Those two linebackers, Swilling and Jackson, I mean, they're just teeing off. They're playing two down linemen and the two linebackers on the outside, and they're just coming every play.
Rocket shot downfield. Here comes Al Edwards. He had the fumble problem earlier across the 30. And Edwards is out to the 38-yard line. Kelly is a guy who can make it happen fast. He doesn't have much time now. Just 66 ticks left in the first half.
There's some interesting numbers, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
66 yards, 64 yards so far. Got a whole half to play and 66 seconds.
And the Bills, in going 3-0 so far against National Conference teams, have averaged 38 points a game against those teams.
They've been going 3-0 since the first drive.
Andre Reed across the middle, and he's out to the 46-yard line. Clock ticking, down inside a minute to play. As the Bills quickly align without the huddle. Kelly sets the play. That's the game clock ticking down, second quarter. Kelly takes a look. He makes a throw, but it's to the wrong side of Don Beebe. Kelly under pressure. Had to roll left and throw right.
Well, Crick, I don't care how good you are. You can't make this completion. Kelly is running to his right and trying to throw, or his left, and trying to throw the ball back towards the middle of the field. You got to set the throw. Nobody is that strong. Third and short. This is the first third and short of the day.
For Buffalo, indeed it is. Kelly to Thurman Thomas. He has the first down. Takes a major league stick. Coming up to get him was Gene Atkins, one of the safeties. Bills call a timeout with 35 seconds to play. Coach Levy starting to look beleaguered, and with reason.
A twin blade from Bic?
What's in it for me?
I'm a big man. Big man.
This is new? A twin for normal skin and a twin for sensitive, right?
I'm a big man.
Yeah, well, I'm a sensitive guy, so I tried it.
Big man.
It was good.
It was great.
The new Bic Twin Select. Normal, sensitive.
It really blew me away.
It made a big man out of me.
I'm a big man. Big man.
The Bills are going to go with 4 wide here. They've got Al Edwards in the game, along with Beebe, Reed, and Lofton. They go 3 wide to one side. This is where Troy Cook said he has Andre Reed all over the field.
Saints in a 2-deep zone. They're playing a mile off the ball, the safeties. Kelly throws a strike to Don Beebe. He's down to the 32-yard line, and the Bills in field goal range. Quickly call for and are allotted another timeout. 30 seconds to play. Big hit by Kelly.
Well, they run Reed to the outside, and they take Beebe inside. Watch this thing open up from this angle. You see it. Spencer's there, but he has no chance because Beebe just hooks up. They're giving the 10 to 12-yard play. What the Saints are looking at here is they really would like to stop him, obviously. But if they're going to give up anything, give up the field goal. Don't give up the touchdown.
Kelly now 6 for 13.
73 yards. One of the rare things we see him talk. Well, we see him talking to Schaffner, who is the quarterback coach. He talks to Reich, Schaffner. There's Frank Reich, 14. Gail Gilbert, number 7.
Bills change things up at halftime oftentimes when their offense is not doing well. They could come out running plays every 15 or 17 seconds out of the no huddle and throwing most of the time. The 4 wide receiver set working there. They again deploy 3 wide left. 3 wide outs to the left side to the top of your screen. Kelly stands in. Another completion and another big hit. A gain of only 4 yards on the play. Down to 23 seconds to play.
They only have 1 timeout. The Bills have used 2. That was Gene Atkins making the tackle.
Kelly might spike the ball. He does. Stops the clock with 13 seconds to play. So he can, I guess, try 1 throw at the end zone, Paul, and then try to field goal.
Well, actually, you're looking at a situation now where Jim Kelly can go twice before you have to take the timeout, but you're at 3rd down. I mean, this is the only play they have before the field goal comes up. They won't take a chance on 4th down. I don't care how short it is. They just won't do it. They'll go, you're right, 1 shot to the end zone. Just don't neglect Thurman Thomas.
Saints rotate their 6 defensive backs to double cover. Lofton. And there's a pickoff in the end zone. Picking it off is Reginald Jones. Andre Reed was waiting to make a touchdown reception. Reginald Jones makes the pick.
It's the one time you just played zone defense. They backed off into the end zone, and Kelly throws the ball, never sees Reginald Jones, intercepted. They get nothing. I said the Saints will give up 3. They were not going to give up 7. Look at this in the end zone. He is trying to get to Reed. Reginald Jones, watch this. He leaves his man, Beebe, on the outside and comes in to help on the inside. He watched Kelly all the way.
That was really
interesting. Yeah. The other angle we see on the replay is when Reginald Jones leaves Beebe, and you see him come in and play. Reginald Jones's man is way off to the right.
Is it? It isn't.
No. He's just looking and looking and looking, and no takers today.
So the Saints duck some gunfire from Kelly, and they go to the half with a 10-point lead over the Bills, 13-3. As Kelly goes back into the locker room to regroup. Hebert with a big first half, and we'll be back with the halftime report after these messages from your local station.
Tonight, he's a con artist extorting millions of dollars from beautiful women.
We all have to make a living.
A new story from their files.
I want to see a lawyer.
Secret Service. Then, last week, nature hammered the East Coast. Tonight, eyewitness the forces of nature out of control. A sea of molten lava, a disastrous earthquake, a flash flood, and a killer tornado. Eyewitness video following Secret Service. NBC tonight. There's something deadly in this city.
Oh, God, stop!
They were sent in to stop a silent killer, but it was deadlier than they dreamed. Condition critical. NBC tonight.
When you're talking Marquardt.
Well, you know you're talking deal.
Lee Marquardt means deals on used cars and trucks, like an 86 Pontiac Grand Prix, $27.77, an 88 S10 Blazer, $69.80, an 87 Dodge D150, $48.45, or an 85 Toyota Corolla GTS, $39.87.
When you talk to Marquardt Auto, you're saving for real.
When you're talking Marquardt, you're talking deal.
Socked with dirty whites?
Don't reach for the bleach, put it back on the shelf. This detergent wipes all by itself. Power bleach wiping in just one box. It works so hard they call it the Ox.
Ultra Oxidol doesn't need a separate bleach. It has a powerful bleaching system that gets socks this dirty, brilliantly white. And the Ox loves color.
Don't reach for the bleach, grab a box of the Ox.
Detergent that whitens without separate bleach.
WEAU, TV 13, Eau Claire.
Don Criqui with Paul McGuire back at the Superdome where the Saints lead the Bills by 10. It's time now to go to New York. The NFL Live and Bob Costas. Bob?
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report, brought to you by Domino's. Nobody knows like Domino's how you like pizza at home.
Okay, welcome to those of you watching the games from New Orleans and from Cincinnati. The old Bengal Bob Trumpy is here. O.J. Simpson, of course. We'll zip through the scores and then we'll get their comments. As many of you know, the Saints are in front at halftime over the Bills, 13-3, and pretty much they have bottled up the Buffalo offense. The late interception of Kelly just before halftime when the Bills seem to have something going has hurt. The Saints up by 10. Minnesota and Pittsburgh, it's a 3-0 lead for the Steelers. Halftime at Three Rivers, the Vikings fumbled the ball away 3 times in the first half. Cleveland and Houston, Bernie Kosar with a 2-yard touchdown pass to Ron Wolfley early in this game, and that gives the Browns the lead 7-3 at the half. Warren Moon still on the injured list and trying to help out any way he can on the sideline. Cody Carlson's first pass of the game picked off here by the former Giant and Cowboy Everson Walls, the 57th interception of his career, and he bounces off some tacklers before finally going down. Browns capitalized on the turnover. Play action, Kosar with that touchdown pass to Ron Wolfley from the 2. It makes it 7-0. Now Houston with the ball in the second quarter. The Browns blitz. Carlson eludes Eric Turner, but can't escape James Jones, who rings up Cleveland's third sack. Houston had to settle for a 47-yard Al Del Greco field goal. That made it 7-3, and that is where they stand right now. Washington and Philadelphia, this one at the Vet, involving a couple of wild card hopefuls. Actually, the Eagles have an outside shot at the division championship. Washington can only get a wild card. The winner of this game does clinch a wild card, and the Redskins early in the third quarter have the lead in this one, 13-7. Mark Rippon threw a 62-yard touchdown pass to Ricky Sanders. They also have 2 Chip Lohmiller field goals. Heath Sherman a 21-yard touchdown run for the Eagles. Green Bay just scored again at Lambeau Field. They increased their lead over the Rams to 28-10. The most recent touchdown, a 16-yard Brett Favre to Sterling Sharp pass. Sharp has gone past 100 receptions for the season. I believe he is at 102 right now. The league record is 106, set by the Redskins' Art Monk in 1984. So with the game remaining next week and a half still remaining in this game, it looks like Sterling Sharp has a very good chance to set the all-time single-season record. Meanwhile, Green Bay, which is looking to win their 6th in a row and take their record to 9-6, cruising at home. They spotted the Rams a 10-0 lead. Then they have roared back with 4 unanswered touchdowns. They've got a shot at a wild card or maybe at the division championship. If Minnesota loses at Pittsburgh and the Packers beat them at the Metrodome next week, then the Packers will have come from nowhere to win the NFC Central. Phoenix is in front at the Hoosier Dome over the Colts 10-3 at halftime. The Colts have won 3 in a row despite being decimated by injuries. Their record is 7-7. They're alive for a wild card but trailing at home. Cincinnati and New England. The Bengals with the lead in this one, 14-7, despite a 100-yard kickoff return by John Vaughn of the Patriots for a TD. Now, David Klingler was shaken up and taken out of the game, but coming into this one, Boomer Esiason listed as the number 3 quarterback on David Shula's depth chart. So it's Donald Hollis who is in at quarterback. Buffalo and New Orleans, that's the big game most folks are watching. Got a thought on that one?
Yeah, I would be very concerned about Buffalo's injury problem. Smith didn't play at the start of the game. Bennett got hurt with what appears to be a pulled hamstring. Conlon also looks like he has a slight concussion. Buffalo's got to come out of that game healthy because they play next week against Houston in another dome. Juice?
Yeah, besides next week against Houston, the playoffs are here, and you want to go into playoffs healthy. This game is going exactly the way we thought it would go. The Saints linebackers are controlling the tempo of the game, and it's unusual for the Bills offense not to be able to move the ball. Normally, they do that against bad teams, and today they're not moving the ball against a good team. I thought they would have a good outing today offensively.
Very quick question. You're an old Bengals, still live in Cincinnati. Boomer Esiason obviously still can play, but they're looking to the future. Number 3 quarterback at this point. Will he be there next year?
No, I don't think so. Boomer and the sideline don't match, and they've got to get him out of there somewhere. And he's an expensive guy to be your emergency quarterback, Bob.
Well, we got to get out of here for just a minute. Following these messages from your local stations, we will greet Gail Gardner, who has a feature on the defensive coordinator of the suddenly red-hot San Diego Chargers, Bill Arnsparger. We'll be right back.
Don't miss a hilarious Fresh Prince Christmas Bash. One problem.
Nobody move. This is a stick-up.
Then, in a special all-new Boogie Woogie Blossom. 6 steals Blossom's van.
I've been hunting all over for you.
Did you think I was hiding behind her tonsils?
It's an all-new Blossom after Fresh Prince. NBC Monday. Wednesday, it's a holiday unsolved. See why these people get Christmas cash from a mystery Santa. Plus, reunite a Christmas baby with their family. An all-new Unsolved, NBC Wednesday.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence, the experience to get the job done right, and a reputation for quality. Like dependable CarQuest filters, high-efficiency filters keep your engine running clean and smooth. That's why professionals choose CarQuest. CarQuest filters, superior by design. So for the best possible performance, install what the pros install. CarQuest. Welcome to the pros.
WEAU, TV 13, Eau Claire. This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report, brought to you by Domino's. Nobody knows like Domino's how you like pizza at home.
And we have reached the Gail Gardner portion of the proceedings, and the chart, well, yes, that's what the fans demand, and here she is. And the Chargers have reached this point of the season. at 9-5 after an 0-4 start, in position to seize control of the AFC West if they beat the Raiders later today. That's the game most of you folks will see. And the big key, not the only, but one of them, Bill Arnsparger's defense.
Sure, they've won 9 of their last 10. I have a question to ask you and everybody else. Do you really want to feel old? Well, when I asked Chargers Junior Seau, Stanley Richard, and Chris Mims if they had ever heard of defensive coordinator Bill Arnsparger when he was hired, they all said no. They had no idea. In fact, Mims was about 2 when Arnsparger helped the Dolphins to their first Super Bowl title. Now, after coaching 3 years at LSU and spending the last 5 as athletic director at Florida, Arnsparger is back on the pro sidelines, and the game has definitely not passed him by.
Your job on defense is to get the ball and come off the field.
The no-name defense of the 70s that brought the Dolphins 2 Super Bowl titles. The killer bees of the 80s who continuously stung opposing offenses. They were big men who made big plays, all coached by a man with the demeanor of a librarian. Now at age 66, he is once again wreaking havoc, throwing lightning bolts at those who dare to invade his territory.
I just felt very, very comfortable with him. I thought that we needed some stability on our defense, quite a bit of it, and I thought he would provide that.
He just simplified everything, cut down on errors, put people in the right positions to make the best use of their ability, and got them playing together, got them believing in themselves.
He's done more than that. He's taken a defense ranked 19th overall last year and turned it into a top 10 unit in run, pass, and scoring defense, sacks, and turnovers.
Yes, it's made up of individuals, but it's still a team game, and we have to know and respect the other person's assignments, and so that all fits together into a pattern.
Bill, you have often been referred to as a defensive genius. What does that make you feel like when you hear people call you that?
Well, I appreciate it. I always appreciate the interest that people have in our programs, but you know and I know there aren't any geniuses. I mean, that's a term that's thrown around very loosely a lot of times by you people.
Thank you very much, yes. As for the players, they not only believe in their abilities, but they have come to have enormous respect for the man they call Father Time.
I remember one time we were on the sidelines and had a game decisively won this year. And he was just looking at us on defense as if a proud father would look at his children. Didn't say anything, but just the way he looked at us, we knew that he was proud of us.
He just sits back, lets the players know that he's there, tells the players exactly what he expects from each one, and he has fun. I think he's having a lot of fun this year.
When Arnsparger is done and, hang up the hat or the helmet, per se, I can honestly say that, I was coached by one of the greatest coaches in the NFL. And that means a lot to me.
What would you say is the single biggest key for him?
Okay, this is not a my way or the highway kind of guy. He has simplified the defense for them, and he has asked for contributions from the players, from the coaches, from everybody. He listens.
And they're in position. As we said, no team has ever gone 0-4 at the start of the year and made the playoffs, and they're in great shape to do it. NFL Live halftime activities will continue after this. Thank you, Gail. See you in a bit.
Every week, the NFL rocks.
Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry. You better hurry. Fasten your seatbelt.
Hold on to your seats. It's white knuckle time. 4, 3, 2. Come on, get it in. Put it in there, go. Back to throw on 4th down. Oh, great, we got it.
He's going long. He's going for everything.
storybook finish here. I can't believe
This message furnished by the National Football League.
New Orleans holding to a 13-3 halftime lead over the Buffalo Bills. Turnovers have been a critical part of this game, as Coach Levy thought they would be. The Saints lead the turnover count 2-0. Saints with a fumble recovery and an interception. And now the Bills will start off with the ball to open the third quarter as a bouncing kick is hit downfield. Here comes Al Edwards, running hard and running well out to the 31-yard line. Assessing the first half statistics, neither team's been able to run the ball, but Bobby Hebert's been able to throw it, and that's been a key to the Saints' success so far.
That's for the Saints, but for the Buffalo Bills, if they want to win this football game, they better get Thurman Thomas back into the ball game. He was in the first series of downs, and that was all. 30 yards rushing for the Bills, that's not good enough.
The Coors Cutter halftime stats. Hebert with 138 yards passing. Thomas did run well, as you know, Paul, early in the game, and then the Saints shut him down and shut the Bills offense down. Kelly, a deep drop. Swilling got to him. As Kelly continues to fire under duress. He did well just to get his arm forward, not to be sacked.
And Vince Buck, number 26, is all. Here comes Swilling, and they set a safety up inside. You see, just as going by was Vince Buck, number 26. He was also in on the play. They're sending everybody at Kelly.
Troy Cook, hand on the ball, and very nearly an interception.
Rick, this is incredible. Troy Cook, we told us he's going to be covering on Andre Reed. Watch this. He looks. That is zone defense. When you can leave the man, he knows that he has help deep. And the man he had help with was Gene Atkins, so he just played short and knocked the ball down.
Kelly goes to Thurman Thomas on a draw on 3rd and 10. He breaks it. Thurman Thomas in the open field, a man to beat. Reginald Jones slows him up. And finally, he's taken down by Vince Buck. But the Bills break their biggest play of the game on a surprise draw on 3rd and 10, a 44-yard gain.
Again, I said before, don't forget Thurman Thomas. Look at this. All these guys are running the field. They left the middle wide open. The blocking downfield. That's Ken Hall, number 67, is the center. And then Thurman Thomas does the rest. Takes the ball inside the 30-yard line. 44-yard run. That's outstanding.
Saints were coming in a full rush. Back to Thurman Thomas. And just as on the opening drive of the game for Buffalo when he ran well, he does again. Thurman Thomas on first down is inside the 25-yard line. The man who for a 4th straight year leads the NFL in all-purpose yards, rushing and receiving.
You see Ballard on the right side. Parker, they're just blocking. This is right up the middle. Kent Hall, number 67, out on the linebacker. Gets that push. They pick up 5 yards.
Kelly, with a lot of time on the play clock, has plenty of time to change the play. Thurman and Thomas, with his big lineman blocking in front and blocking from behind, force feed him into the defense and down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Goes a 3rd and short. This will only be the 2nd time in this ball game that the Bills have had a 3rd and short situation. Now they bring in Pete Metzelaars, Carwell Gardner, Kenneth Davis.
Metzelaars, the NFL's tallest tight end, a man they say is tall enough to go duck hunting with a rake. 6'8". Scoop my Let's get that. 3rd and 1. Kenneth Davis fights ahead. He had a tough time getting there. Keith McKellar to the Bills signals first down. So does Carwell Gardner, but that doesn't count.
Well, it looks like a first down. They had to get the ball to the 8, close to the 18. They did that as first down. They only had one wide receiver on the field, and that was Andre Reed. Now they go back to 3 wides. You see the blocking on the right-hand side. Carwell Gardner gets a pretty good block on Sam Mills. He's the one that enabled him, Kenneth Davis, to make the first down.
Davis cuts back. Takes on tacklers, and tough Kenneth Davis out of TCU, a former Green Bay Packer who has to be one of the most valued Plan B acquisitions since that went into effect. Again drives forward. He's a guy closing in on 600 yards rushing as a backup.
Well, you're going to see Gene Atkins, 28, come in, and he comes in to make the play. Watch who gets the best of this. There's Atkins. There's Davis. There goes Davis. He picks up another 5. He wins that battle.
You talk, Paul, about the importance of Buffalo running. They've now run the ball in 5 straight plays.
Ballard moves 75, the right tackle. 5-yard penalty. That's the second time. They had one before with Mitch Farrat in the first half. They got down here in the first drive, and he moved, 5-yard penalty.
Snap. We got false start on number 75 offense.
An instant replay in the first drive.
Repeat second down.
Right side, number 75. Ballard moves. 5-yard penalty.
What the coaches call nuisance penalties, but they can kill a drive and kill a game. You remember the Bills were down at the 2-yard line of the Saints, ready to take it in when Farrat moved. Went back to the 7. They had to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, they were in a situation there. They were like 2nd and 1.5, and now they're back to 2nd and almost 6.
Davis, room to run. Up to hit him is Sam Mills, 51. Stop is made at the 12-yard line. So now we have 3rd down arising, and the Bills need about 4.
Here comes Thurman Thomas back in the ball game, and even at 3rd and 4th, they like to go to Thurman down here.
Throw and a catch. It's a first down inside the 7-yard line. Beautifully executed as Thomas swings out of the backfield, cuts to the sideline, and Kelly with a perfect lead hits him for 5 yards and a first down.
I mean, when they just throw the ball to Thurman Thomas, he just breaks out. All he needs is about 1.5 yards, 2 yards. Mills is the linebacker as in coverage. He is the first guy. Vince Buck, 26, is the second guy. But Thomas had already picked up the first down when the ball got in his hands.
Thomas cutting back, cutting down, cutting in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Well, the Buffalo Bills, they pulled the left side of that line, and Will Wolford, number 69, gets into the play. That's just a perfectly executed play. Watch coming from the left. Here comes Wolford and Richard, 51 and 69. They're in the play. They make the blocks. Even though Wolford actually missed Vaughn Johnson, he gets in his way. He can't get to Thurman Thomas. Thurman Thomas cuts back in. Just tremendous execution.
Extra point is good. 10 plays, 69 yards, and the Bills have their first touchdown and are down by 3.
Why did Hertz invent #1 club goal service? To beat the rush hour. See, every plane and everybody seems to land at once. But with goal service, there's no stopping at the counters and no paperwork. Instead, you go nonstop to your waiting car with your name in lights. Only Hertz has #1 club goal. The best reason yet why Hertz beats the rush hour. To Hertz, the rest of the day is a piece of cake.
To compete, you've got to be strong. To win, you've got to be smart. Maybe you can be one of us, the few, the proud, the Marines.
Riding fist bumps is not good for my lunch. Bouncing my...
Every hour, we select a Chevy Cavalier to take a memorable trip at the factory over a very sophisticated bumpy road. We call it the Squeak and Rattle Track, and it's one man's job to test Cavaliers and find problems before they get to you. It's a rough job, but someone's got to do it. Surprised that Chevy has a road, a test, and a man like this? You shouldn't be. What else would you expect from the heartbeat of America?
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Hertz #1 Club Gold, Hertz's fastest service, now in more locations coast to coast. By Sony Handycam, America's most popular camcorder. By the heartbeat of America, Chevrolet, and your local Chevy dealer. And by Fruit of the Loom, clothes for the best of your life.
Back with Paul McGuire, Don Criqui, and there's Thurman Thomas, who just scored his 11th touchdown of the season for the Bills. The NFL's most valuable player last season comes up big on that opening drive of the third quarter for Buffalo. Now the kickoff downfield, and here comes Patrick Newman for the Saints. He breaks it to the 33.
All right, some people call this the counter tray, but you know it's the weak side guard and the weak side tackle that pull. And when they come out, you're going to see Jackson 57. All right, hold it right here. Here's Richer. He's taking out this man, Jackson. Here's Wolford. Here's Johnson. He really doesn't get Johnson, but he gets in his way. Now watch what happens on this play. Here comes the hole. There goes Thurman. They don't get much of a piece. Wolford doesn't. Richer gets a good block, but it's touchdown. Great execution. Now Shane Conlon is back in the ball game.
Carlton Bailey in as a middle linebacker, also an inside backer, in the absence of the injured Cornelius Bennett, out with a hamstring injury. Hebert goes to the run, and hands off, and running hard is the rookie Vaughn Dunbar, who did great things for the Hoosiers at Indiana the last few years. Averaged 5 yards a carry last 2 years at Indiana. Over 1,800 yards as a senior, and he was the 21st pick in the last draft in the first round.
You know, the one interesting thing about this game is when you talk about turnovers, how important they are. The Saints, they had one turnover in 5 of their last 5 games, and that was at the end of a half when they threw a Hail Mary. It was in lieu of a punt, and they have not turned the ball over in this game.
Hebert on 2nd down and 5. Eric Martin, a diving try. They've run a lot of crossing patterns with Eric Martin. They started doing that against the Rams, and it worked well. Martin, not a speed receiver, but a terrifically reliable one from LSU.
Kirby Jackson, he's got help, supposed to have help deep. You look at the outside, there's Carlton Bailey. I know that isn't his help deep. There's Kelso coming up. But that ball hits Martin in the hands. Look at Hebert. He ends up talking to himself. What do I have to do? I can throw it, but I can't catch it. Just catch the ball. That's a good pass. I mean, that ball was a little bit high, but when you get both hands on it, Crick, you're supposed to catch it.
Was a bit high, and now it's 3rd down and a shotgun set for the Saints. They need 5. A long 5, almost 6. Hebert takes a look, a beautiful throw. Running in the open field is Torrance Small. Ball on the field, still on the field. They rule that Torrance Small is down. It's a Saints first down. Well, let's see. Now there's an official marking it down because we have
Wesley Carroll picked up the ball afterwards and ran for it.
Why not?
It was marked down. But, you know, Hebert just stepping up. The offensive line gave him the protection. He sees Torrance Small coming across the middle. But watch Hebert. Watch him step up in the lane. Just throws the ball wide to the outside. If we could see that replay one more time, I will show you what he does from that angle, because Shane Conlon was there. He was looking in his face. Now here's at the end of the play. He's being hit. The ball, that is a fumble. I'm sorry, that ball, but what it ended up anyway is Carroll, number 80, ends up with the football. They blew the ball. The whistle blows the ball dead.
That's 28-yard gain.
Timeout, Buffalo. Charge team timeout.
These guys need a deep breath to that. So Hebert continues to hit big throws, and the Saints drive on.
Before you buy a new truck, think about the day you'll sell it.
Felt like a million, felt like #1, like a rock.
Chevy trucks, for the highest resale value of any trucks in the business.
Like a rock.
Chevrolet, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
There's only one thing they're into as much as Domino's Pizza. Now, order Domino's and get your Domino's $25 million Nintendo Instant Win Game card with a chance to win thousands of free Super NES, Game Boy systems, Super Mario Kart games, plus savings on pizza and Coke Classic. Call Domino's. You can win Nintendo stuff. Wow! And try our new Domino's Twisty Bread, free with our unlimited topping medium, just $9.99.
When it comes to camcorders, always ask the right questions. Like who delivers the finest picture and sound? Who lets you record 5 times longer than VHS-C? Who has all the answers? Without question, Handycam from Sony.
Hager's new 100% cotton pants solve a little problem our competition simply hasn't been able to straighten out. Hager wrinkle-free cotton, 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
I said Conlon, but it is Talley, number 56. Now watch this guy right here, and then when Hebert steps up, I want you to see what he does. Watch this. Here's Talley. He's looking at Hebert. Here comes Small across. See, Talley, hold it. Talley's looking at Hebert, and he sees him throw. But what Hebert does is he throws the ball over here. Talley has no chance of getting it. Look at this. Talley was right in his face. No chance to get it. Small picks up the first down. They're at the 40 or the 36-yard line.
Can't do it any better than that. First down, Saints. They lead by 3, 13-10, 8:41 to play, third quarter. Greg Hayward seemed to go down, then somehow righted himself and kept going.
Well, he wasn't hit. Hayward he trips. Watch this, and nobody touches him. He trips over the tackle, Brock. He goes down, but nobody really has touched him. Now he gets back up, and he picks up another half yard. Heads up play.
This man is a 300-pound Fred Astaire.
Wait a minute.
Maybe not that light on his feet, but it's pretty amazing.
How about bowling ball? Fred Astaire. You'll be all right.
Have you seen a guy that big that has those kind of feet?
Oh, I mean, he can really move it. Shift his weight.
Boy, this Hebert, I mean, he is making the plays. Eric Martin, crossing pattern down in. Bobby Hebert working wonders out there.
Rick, they've got to throw the ball to Hobie Brenner somewhere along the line. I'm going to show you something. On the left of the screen, watch this. Right, this guy right here. Take a look what happens when he comes out. Now, Hebert is throwing. He's unloading it. But when Hobie Brenner goes down the field, quick, there's no one near him. The Jones is on a line of scrimmage, but they know they're not throwing the ball to Hobie Brenner, so why cover him?
What a great team player. I had a long conversation with Hobie yesterday, at former USC Trojan. He said he really functions as an offensive tackle. He's given up waiting for the ball to come to him. He said, I think I can still catch it, but it's a long time between them.
Well, it's like riding a bicycle, I guess. You don't ever forget those things. But, you know, now they're bringing in.
Bills bring in a rush package.
Frank Wainwright is in, number 87. They got 2 tight ends with Brenner and Wainwright.
And 2 wide receivers, both, as you see, set to the top of your screen. First down. Dunbar tries to go wide. Bills are right there to get him. Talley led the charge along with Jeff Wright. Now let's go to NFL Live in New York. Bob?
Well, you were talking about Craig Hayward coming out of that backfield at maybe around 300 pounds. There's no question about James Jones. He is listed at 294. And the big defensive tackle inserted in the backfield, and a bit of trickery by the Browns, catches the 1-yard touchdown pass from Bernie Kosar. Browns 14, Oilers 3 in the third.
Buffalo goes to Houston next week for the concluding game. Bills with a tough closing schedule at New Orleans and at Houston. Bills still in position to win their way to the AFC home field advantage for the 3rd straight year. Penalty marker. Hebert took a shot as he released the ball. Coming hard on a safety blitz was Matt Darby.
Yeah, they're sending a whole lot of people, and it was a flag on the play. Darby in his face. Thing is, you don't account for that safety. That's one of the problems. When you start picking out guys along the line of scrimmage.
Illegal formation, number 67 offense. 5-yard penalty, was not lined up on the line of scrimmage. Repeat, second down.
Marv wants him to refuse the penalty and put it at 3rd down.
Yeah, he wants 3rd and 13 rather than 2nd and 18.
Brings up 3rd down.
So they hear their coach. Field captain makes the call, and the down will change to 3.
Four wideouts. Walt Corey, defensive coordinator of the Bills.
If they don't convert this, it'll be a 51-yard field goal try by Morton Anderson.
And he'll try it.
Well, that's no problem for him. Here comes the rush. Hebert, home run ball to the end zone. Bills pick it off. Clifford Hicks is down. But Buffalo stops the threat with an interception, and the Bills get their first turnover of the day. Nate Odoms went up. Clifford Hicks went up. And Odoms is going to be credited with the intercept.
Quinn Early is the guy that came down limping, and Hebert throws the ball. This is the first turnover, really legitimate turnover, and it's in their 6th game. Here's Hebert. Does not read the defense, and Nate Odoms just plays this perfectly. Look at this. He makes the catch. They call the ball dead there. I don't understand that, because Nate Odoms can get up, but once the whistle blows, remember, everything stops. But Odoms was not touched when he hit the ground.
Bills have the ball, stop the threat, but they're in jail right now at their 3-yard line.
These cars seem pretty much the same. But the more you get to know Chevy Lumina Euro, the more you realize you get more car for your money. Like a bigger standard engine, standard anti-lock brakes, air conditioning, and more room. Lumina even has a higher resale value than Taurus. More car for your money when you buy it, more money for your car when you sell it. What else would you expect from the heartbeat of America?
He was as determined
Have you had enough of it?
as he was defiant,
I'm gonna do what I gotta do, get the union back.
as courageous
He said, why shouldn't he take you out in the alley and beat you until you beg for death?
as he was dangerous.
The Justice Department has plenty on you, Mr. Hoffa.
In every conflict there are casualties. The question is, what has been lost and what has been gained?
Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito, Hoffa, rated R. Starts Christmas Day at theaters everywhere.
The Redskins in a playoff drive. The Raiders, a silver and black attack. Next Saturday.
This pass to Quinn Early. In front is Jones, and behind is Odoms. Watch this. Odoms makes the play on the ball. Super play. See, he's not touched here. There's no reason why he can't get up and run with the ball. But the official blew the whistle.
And because he did blow the whistle, the Bills have to start from their 3-yard line. As now Cornelius Benenson's street closer. You know he won't be back. Pitch back. Thurman Thomas somehow finds his way to the 7 as the Bills, living dangerously, lateraling the ball in their end zone on the pitch out.
This Cornelius not only did the hamstring, but look at, he's got something on his hand. That was, remember the time when he knocked the ball down, the ball went through his thumb and he grabbed his hand, he was jumping up and down? Well, that's when Cornelius Bennett hurt his hand.
Again, Thurman Thomas picks his way behind blockers and gets to the 10-yard line. That brings up 3rd down and about just over 3 yards to go for the first down. So Kelly, who's been intercepted once, could be putting it up in a dangerous area.
I mean, we can hear up here the noise, but down there it's got to be deafening.
Thurman Thomas aligns as a wide receiver. He is the 3rd receiver up from the bottom of your screen. Kelly's looking. Nobody there. Kelly gets it away. Penalty marker in the end zone. If there's a holding call in the end zone, it's a safety against Buffalo.
And if it's intentional grounding in the end zone, it's also a safety. Kelly's saying there was somebody to the outside.
Yeah, that's a tough call, I'll tell you.
And you're not going to convince anybody. It's a safety.
Intentional grounding, number 12.
Here goes Kelly to the outside. I mean, they really covered deep. No one had anybody open. Now here's Kelly throwing the ball away. They get intentional grounding in the end zone. They say that they put the ball on the 1-yard line. It's a touchback. I mean, it's lost. It was not touchback, but it's lost it down. But they get the ball at 1 foot. Now, I thought if there was a penalty in the end zone.
Look, I thought it was a holding initially, which would have been a safety. Now the ball's positioned at the 1 yard line. Lost it down. 4th down comes up, so they got 10 yards to punt it. Usually you have a 15-yard drop.
All right, here's Kelly again. See, he's looking to the left. He's looking for Thurman Thomas. There's no place to go. So the rush is on by the defense. Frank Warren is there, and Kelly throws to the outside. They call that intentional grounding. They're throwing stuff into the end zone.
1 foot was in the end zone, 1 foot out. And now the punter, Chris Moore, who's done her a Herculean job all day against a big rush. He's been booming it. Man, he's going to have to get it off in a hurry. Saints could get great field position here. He hits a high knuckleball coming up on it at the 38. And returning the ball is Patrick Newman, and he's down to the 30-yard line, maybe the 29. 37-yard punt and a 9-yard return.
First, J.D. Power & Associates ranked Chevrolet the best full-size pickup in initial quality. Now they also report Chevrolet is the best truck line overall in sales satisfaction. Chevrolet, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Milski Klosko from Klofti or Moknun can Klaki some hoop Nelski Nakalorumgan can Klaki Perfect Lockroom Zogi Nakalregula Pufnika Hack Rosenmoft Klorzmoft Bovki Klorzmoft Kismi Klorzmoft Nomden Bilsby Gokn the Tap Chorten Dofken Chorten Flitken Bill Dasbill Mortvik Yak Roblo Plosen Filament Riblov Hessendor Klinging Gokloringen
Christmas Day, NBC has a special holiday present for you. First at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, David Robinson and the San Antonio Spurs go against the Los Angeles Clippers in NBA action. Then in prime time at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, it's a look back at some of the athletes who made the Barcelona Olympics so special. An Olympic Christmas, Barcelona memories. All capped off with Michael Jordan and the world champion Chicago Bulls taking on the team that pushed them to their limit in last season in the playoffs, Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks. It is all Christmas Day on NBC, and a wonderful show. In addition to great NBA basketball, a look back to the Barcelona Olympics. Stories like Oscar De La Hoya and Pablo Morales, Gail Devers. All those people who rose up against all odds and just had great performances for the USA in Olympic gold. As right now, the Saints have the ball. First down and 10. Hebert throws. The ball is tipped. He had an open man. Jeff Wright, the nose tackle, was coming up the middle. He might have got a hand on it.
The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. They're trying to get the ball to Dalton Hilliard coming out of the backfield. You know, here's a situation where you want to run some clock off the ball, and here it is up the middle. Jeff Wright does get his hand up, knocks the ball down. Good call, Crick. But, you know, I don't know why Craig Hayward wasn't in the ball game. I mean, you want to run clock off, you get to 30, go ahead and run. He's doing all right. Send him up the middle.
Bills have slowed Hebert down somewhat in the second half. He's 2 of 6 throwing the ball. Hebert again from the pocket. Downfield throw, not close. Quinn Early, a sprinter out of Iowa, running the fly pattern near sideline, but Hebert overshoots him.
He's trying to throw the ball between the corner and the safety. Kelso was back. Again, he plays way off, and he wasn't in a position to make the play. But Hebert just trying to get the ball over the quarterback, and it's got to be a perfect pass, Crick. I mean, this is really a touch pass, and he's missed about the last 3 or 4 of them.
And again, the Saints come to 3rd and 10. Hilliard, the lone back, as Hebert sets in the gun at the 35-yard line of the Bills. Torrance Small makes the play. He's cut down short of the first down, but well within Morton Anderson field goal range. And so the Saints, who lead 13-10, will now try to extend that lead to 6 points. Anderson's 2 for 2 today from 35 yards out and from 27 yards out. This will be a 43-yarder.
He's really amazing when you talk to him about he takes pride in every, well, all field goal kickers do, but he doesn't believe he should ever miss.
And he really does. This year he's 26 of 31, 3 for 3, 50 plus.
That would have been 50 plus.
So after the intentional grounding call and the short punt, the Saints again capitalize on field pole position and lead by 6.
Teach your children well.
Hey, buddy. You gonna do it alone this time?
It slowly go by. Don't you ever ask them
When the time comes for a man to choose his own brand of underwear, more men choose Fruit of the Loom than any other brand. The reason is simple. Comfort. Because that's what real men want. Fruit of the Loom. Clothes for the best of your life.
Teach your children well.
The happiest moments in life are spent in comfortable clothes.
It slowly go by.
The only kind of clothes Fruit of the Loom makes.
Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh.
Now Comfort has a new dress code. Fruit of the Loom.
And know they love.
Clothes for the best of your life.
Some fur. Touch. Some fur. Everyone prefers. Whoa, whoa,
Preferred Stock Cologne from Stetson. What preferred men prefer.
Attenzione, prego. Cos'è questa cosa qua?
It's the Canon Photura.
Sembra sospetto. Guarda radiazione.
With futuristic flash and long-range power zoom lens. The Photura from Canon. So advanced, it's simple.
Dome stadiums have not been a good place for the Bills over the years, although in their only previous appearance here back in '83, they beat the Saints in the Superdome.
Look at the Astrodome. They go there next week. They're 1-5. 1 win, 5 losses.
Morton Anderson, who just hit his 18th consecutive field goal for the Saints, their future Hall of Famer, now drives into the ball to kick it off. A high spinning kick. It'll carry short. This is Kenneth Davis. He's got some moves. Davis. Foot to the floor, takes it all the way out to the 45-yard line. 33-yard return. This guy can run.
Well, this is the Buffalo Bills' #1 draft choice. John Fina, number 70. Watch this. Nice block. He gets his man. That's Taylor. Keith Taylor keeps him away from Jackson. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Now go back and sit down and wait for the next special team. Think an awful lot of that young man. He's going to be a good player.
#1 pick out of Arizona. Yeah, they think it'd be a great player, is the term they used. Now Kelly will try to rally the Bills as he gets unusually good field position. The Bills have been deep in their own end most of the game to start drives.
That play was a disaster from the beginning. First of all, Kelly told Thurman to move to his right and line up. Then he ran into him when he handed him the football.
Now Kelly with the no-huddle offense, the K-gun. They quickly go into alignment. He'll set up in the shotgun. Again, front of receivers, 3 to the top, 1 to the left. Blitz, throw and a catch. And on 2nd down and 10, Thurman Thomas over the middle, takes the ball, moves ahead, 11 yards, 1st down Bills.
When in doubt, go to Thurman Thomas. Not only does he make the catch, but watch what he does after the catch. Toy Cook is in there hitting Kelly, but he gets away from Johnson, picks up the 1st down.
Toy Cook was coming unimpeded on a cornerback blitz, and Kelly just stood there, knew he was coming, waited to the last possible second, and released it. Thomas, how does he do it? Seemingly stopped. Thomas again cuts back, and he's inside the 40-yard line of the Saints. Stopped by Vince Buck, number 26.
They run to this side. Look at Will Warford, number 69. Now, he's lined up in a position. So he blocks down to the inside. They get Pat Swilling to the outside, and Thurman Thomas makes it all work by cutting back up to the inside. Outstanding blocking by the offensive line.
Thurman Thomas is at 100 yards rushing, 15 carries. Kelly pump faking. Look at Jim Kelly on the run. Going out of bounds on 2nd and 2 with a 4-yard gain and a first down. Robert Goff, and they call Pig Goff. 91 ran him out of bounds.
Kelly had no place to throw the football. Watch this. He steps up, holds back on the ball. He does a smart thing. There's Goff coming after him, but that's a little bit late. Kelly goes out of bounds, not taking any chances at all.
You don't want to fumble with Robert Goff around. He's run 2 in for touchdowns this year. Davis. Bills backs going a lot of different directions and then turning it up. Not for much yardage, but he got some down to the 34-yard line.
Linebackers are so active. When you look at Swilling and Jackson, what they're doing is they line up on the outside, and their job is just really to meet at the quarterback. Go for it.
Thurman Thomas with a lot of offense.
100 yards rushing, 55 yards receiving. That is not bad, huh?
78% of the Bills' offense has been Thurman Thomas.
Oh. Kelly just got hammered by Jackson, and Kelly is down. I mean, Jackson took a direct shot at Jim Kelly. He's up. He won't stay down. He's just mad. Watch Jackson on the top side, 57. Nobody blocks him. And bang, he hits Kelly. I mean, he's more mad than anything else. Here it is again.
Got to go to a draw. They do. Davis working hard on 3rd down. He's not close. Saints throwing back. Vince Buck leads the charge, but there's a whole array of Saints. Also on the play was Gene Atkins, the free safety. You want long field goals?
We're going to get one.
We got long field goals. Kelly and the offense come out now on 4th down. Ball positioned at the 32-yard line. So it'll be about a 50-yarder.
Well, this will be where they put it, right on the 40-yard line.
Christie is going to try it. Is 3 for 4, 50+ this year. Wide right. No good.
That's Frank Reich, and then you see Christie's reaction. He's no. Well, they try to help it a lot. There's nothing they can do with it, you know.
Try as they might, they can't talk it in.
You know, the one thing about Christie and Morton Anderson, basically the same. There's not much of a hook on their balls. When they hit it, we were watching at the beginning, Crick. They
straight.
hit it basically straight at it, right at their target. That ball did not bend at all.
No, it stayed true and wide right. Next Saturday, NBC Sports presents another special edition of great NFL action when the Los Angeles Raiders go into RFK Stadium to take on Mark Rippon and the Redskins in the season finale of the regular season for both teams. Hebert on the run. Tripped up by the nose tackle, Jeff Wright. The Raiders going into Washington. Coverage begins with NFL Live at 3:30 Eastern Time. Next Saturday on NBC.
Look at Jeff Wright. Hilgenberg is the center, and Wright just, Hebert takes it to the outside. Jeff Wright runs him down. I think that's a second sack of the day and a second for Wright. Did they give Lodish a half on that first one? No. Wright has 2 sacks.
6 for the season. That's a lot for a nose tackle. Hebert now with a deep ball chance. 2nd down and 14. To the run. Bills close down Dalton Hilliard on the final play of the 3rd quarter. So after 3 quarters, the Saints continue to lead 16-10. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Corrupt cops turn vigilante. Now she's supposed to take the law into her own hands.
You ever use one of these?
Police, freeze! Silent Witness. All new Reasonable Doubts, NBC Tuesday.
Right now, you can get 21 extra bags of groceries into a Dodge Caravan, or 14 extra family pets, or almost enough extra equipment for a Pee Wee League football team. Because for the price of a regular Caravan, you can get a Grand Caravan. That's 25 extra cubic feet of space at no extra charge, for savings up to $21.50 during the Dodge Award Celebration Sale. Because the only thing better than America's best-selling minivan is more of it. See your nearest Dodge dealer today.
Socked with dirty whites? Don't reach for the bleach, put it back on the shelf, 'cause this detergent whitens all by itself. Power bleach whitening in just one box. It works so hard, they call it the Ox.
Ultra Oxidol doesn't need a separate bleach. It has a powerful bleaching system that gets socks this dirty, brilliantly white. And the Ox loves colors.
Don't reach for the bleach, grab a box of the Ox.
Detergent that whitens without separate bleach.
Look at him. George Carey eating a multigrain cereal. Can you believe it? George never liked the taste of anything nutritious until he heard there was something new from Cheerios. Multigrain Cheerios has the nourishment of multigrains, but the way Cheerios mixes together toasted corn, wheat, rice, and oats, nutrition never tasted so good. Multigrain Cheerios. Nutrition never tasted so good.
WEAU, TV 13, Eau Claire.
Through 3 quarters now, the numbers nearly equal in total yardage. Turnover still a big factor.
The biggest win is the rushing. The Bills had 30 yards rushing in the first half. Now look at it. 121. And the Saints, third and long, well, third and 11, they are 1 for 8 in third and long.
Thurman Thomas has 75% of the Bills' 207 yards. Hebert stands in. Here comes a 4-man rush. He throws, and it's dropped by Eric Martin. Now while we have a break in the action, let's go back to NFL Live. Bob?
Don, this might be Houston's season. This play here, when you come right down to it, 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Cody Carlson's pass way over the head of the intended receiver. They trail 14-3 at Cleveland early in the 4th. They had 1st and goal at the 1. 2 running plays, then 2 incomplete passes. They couldn't get in. Back to New Orleans.
Interesting development there as the Browns stay in the race. So do the Oilers, even if they lose, although they become a longer shot. Clifford Hicks there catches the ball for the Bills. A 46-yard punt. Knocked downfield by Tommy Barnhart of the Saints. The Chargers, a rising power, 4-12 last year, and apparently headed for the playoffs and maybe a divisional championship this year. They smashed the Raiders not long ago at San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium. And the Raiders have been waiting for the rematch. You'll see it on most of these NBC stations as part of our Game 2 doubleheader. Some will see Seattle go against the Broncos at Mile High in Denver. San Diego, I tell you, that's a team nobody wants to play, and with good reason, Paul.
They all kind of say, well, they've got the easy schedule. You know, wrong. I don't care about the schedule. Look at what's happening in the National Football League. These Bills, tough game by the Saints. They got beat by Indianapolis and by the Jets. And the Saints, you better get more than just a 6-point lead against this team.
Kelly stands in against a blitz, dumps it off, and the ball hung in the air as the Saints closed on it. Andre Reed couldn't get to it. Lofton was also running a pattern in the same area.
Well, you had also they threw a safety blitz late at Kelly. Vince Buck was coming up and delayed, but the Bills are still in their hurry up.
Kelly on 2nd and 10 goes to Thurman Thomas. Big play by Sam Mills. As we mentioned earlier, Jim Moore says of this man from Montclair State, a Division III school, I've never been around a better football player. I mean, he gets you ready to want to play yourself when you talk to him. Sam, he's got a game face on 7 days a week.
I like when you ask Sam how long you're going to play, and Sam says, why, do you know something I don't know?
He said teams have a way of solving that for you. Reverse to Andre Reed. He turns it out, turns it up. 3rd down goes nowhere. Bills have to punt.
When you have to turn to gadgets, you know your offense is in a little bit of trouble. I mean, here's the situation. They've got the Reed coming around. Rick, the thing I don't understand is that Thurman Thomas, as you talked about, is 75% of this offense. He ran one play. Yeah, he got tackled, but don't go away from him. He's the only thing that's really working.
Now, I'll tell you, Paul, when this crowd kicks in, it might be the loudest stadium we've ever been in. It's unbelievable that the Bills' offense is functioning as well as it does, getting snaps off. Patrick Newman gets it out to the 47-yard line, a 37-yard punt, a 9-yard return. And in the fourth quarter, the Saints continue to lead by 6.
2 years ago, the editors of Consumer's Digest named a very special car to their Best Buy list. Last year, they did it again. So this year, it was a great honor when they did it for a 3rd year running. Which means there are now Best Buys and consistently Best Buys. It's your choice.
Braun introduces Flex Control, the first electric shaver with a pivoting head. It automatically adjusts to every contour of your face. Flex Control from Braun, the last word in shavers.
Everybody used to come in and say, you know, the R in your sign is backwards. Kids play with the same toys everywhere. People in Japan are no different than the people in the United States, no different than the people in Canada. They want things for their children, and the lower the price, the more they'll buy. I buy the majority of my purchases with the American Express card. It's simpler for me, period.
American Express is welcome to Toys R Us and other fun spots.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering. By the Diamond Tennis Bracelet. This Christmas, give her the gift of love, diamonds. By Schick Tracer, it traces every curve on your face. And by Aris Isotoner. Doesn't someone you know deserve a pair?
Don Criqui with Paul McGuire back at the Superdome in New Orleans. 13:47 to play in the game. Ready to launch an airplane from the stands. Hebert could be ready to launch here. Said he goes to the run. Vaughn Dunbar. Not much. He got some. Got the ball close to midfield. Stopped by Darryl Talley. Gain of about 2 or 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Trying to follow Hayward. That's a nice guy to follow. He's like having another guard in the backfield. And then here's Darryl Talley playing right on the end of the line. Look at this. Takes on the guard, makes the play. Talley is really a great player. You know that?
He's been his whole career talking about Hayward and how big he is. Walt Corey, the Bills defensive coordinator, told us last night he wanted to have Howard Baylor, the 350-pound tackle, simulate Craig Hayward practice so we get an idea what it's like to tackle him. Man, they're coming up stick, and now Bills shooting gaps. That's Marvcus Patton, a linebacker from UCLA.
Well, that was, I mean, Marvcus Patton just, I mean, right there in the backfield. There was no yardage at all. The nice thing about the Buffalo Bills defense, when Cornelius Bennett goes out, you've got some young people that can play. 53 is Marvcus Patton, and he gets in there, gets blocked, was getting blocked, and then makes the play. But the young linebackers, they got Carlton Bailey, Maddox is there, Richard Harvey. They've got some pretty good players that can fill in.
Yeah, they've really stepped up, those young linebackers. They've had to. Marvcus Patton, born to play football. His mom was a pro football player in Los Angeles some years ago. Hebert running out of time. They get him back at the 43-yard line.
Bill Hansen.
I tell you, the Bills fans are here, and there's a lot of them. They're making some noise.
They really are. You know, we've got an injured player down on the field.
Another Bill down.
And I don't know if that's Keith Willis or not, number 93, but yeah, it is Willis. I think it's just a hamstring.
Cramp. Yeah, he's stretching it out.
But Hansen making the play. Hebert, if he gets to the outside, he would have been able to run for the first down. Not only that, he'd been able to set up and find a receiver downfield. One of the things, they're getting a lot of heat. We talk so much about this offensive line of New Orleans, saying what a great job they were doing. And when you see them holding their toes back, that's cramps. That's all that is. But this offensive line has been breaking down. They've sacked Hebert 3 times. It is Willis. He see Keith Willis go down. Well, what happens is he just has cramps, and then Hebert moves to the outside, and Phil Hansen makes the play. But that's all it is. When they start pulling your toes back, and boy, does that hurt.
Marv Levy's Bills standing tall without maybe certainly their number 1 player on defense, the great Bruce Smith, out with a cracked rib, seemingly enjoying himself.
Keith Willis, yeah, the guy that was enjoying himself was Richard Cooper, 71, saying, "Ooh, there is a Santa Claus." Bruce isn't playing.
Cooper's the left tackle for New Orleans who didn't have to face Bruce Smith.
Yeah, there he is. He was smiling before the game, but the heat's been on 3 times. 11 times this year. Hebert has been sacked 3 times in this ball game. So that takes it up to 14.
A lot of time left. 12-11 to go. Barnhart, number 6, in to punt the ball again for the Saints. He'll hit it from about his 32. There's Clifford Hicks back for the Bills. Well hit ball. Big hit by Barnhart. And again, a fair catch is made. And again, Kelly and the Bills offense takes the field with the long way to go. They need a touchdown and an extra point. They'll be over 80 yards from the end zone.
Good. Now I can go to bed.
Wait a minute. I want to give you a gift while we're alone. Something just for you.
A washer and dryer.
Come on, will you be serious?
Okay.
Close your eyes. Come on. Merry Christmas.
This Christmas, give her the gift of love. Diamonds.
Here's where Alka-Seltzer Plus fights tough colds with tough congestion, tough aches, tough sore throat.
This is why you need a tough medicine. Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. The leading cold pill only relieves congestion, but Alka-Seltzer Plus relieves congestion, sore throat, sneezing, body aches. That's tough medicine.
You bet it's tough.
Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. It's tough medicine. For a cold with a cough, try Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and cough medicine.
You've now seen almost 4 quarters of football with about 14 car commercials. But you never heard anyone say that their car was J.D. Power & Associates' best model in initial quality in this price class. That 95% of all models sold in the last 10 years were still on the road. And that it had an airbag. That's because only one car can say all that. It's your money.
New Year's Day, more of the nation's best are on NBC as 3rd-ranked Texas A&M takes on 5th-ranked Notre Dame in the Mobile Cotton Bowl. Then 6th-ranked Colorado battles 9th-ranked Syracuse in the Fiesta Bowl. All capped off in prime time as 4th-ranked Florida State meets Big 8 champion Nebraska at the Federal Express Orange Bowl. New Year's Day, more of the nation's best are on NBC.
The casualty count mounts for the Bills. There's Cornelius Bennett, all-pro linebacker. He's out. Herbie Jackson's out for the rest of the game. Steve Tasker's out for the rest of the game. He strained a knee, Tasker. And as you know, Bruce Smith played not at all, not even in uniform. Here's a throw and a catch. And the Bills on a first down throw get it ahead across their 25-yard line. Quick Don Beebe, the fastest Bill.
They still have been able to really get the ball to Andre Reed. Andre Reed, how many? Elliott Lofton has no catches.
Saints corners are playing a mile off the wide receivers. They do not give up the big play. And Marv Levy said that. He said, and the Saints secondary has really risen up, and under the coaching of Jim Mora's son, who's also a Jim Mora, was with San Diego. But they play no bump. They strictly are 10 yards off the ball. They're going to give you shorter stuff.
Yeah, but because the quarterbacks with those 2 guys outside, Swilling and Jackson, rushing all the time, they don't have that much time to throw the ball.
Here comes the rush. There's the throw. Another connection by Kelly, this time to Thurman Thomas on 3rd down and 3. He's ahead for a gain of 9 yards and a Bills first down.
I said 6 points is not enough against the Buffalo Bills. They get that offense clicking, and they're going to give you the short. Look at the middle of the field. It's open. Now, Sam Mills, 51, is playing way off of Thurman Thomas. You can't give Thomas that much room because Kelly's going to keep dumping the ball to him, and they're just going to march it down the field.
Thurman Thomas holding the ball, lunging on first down for a 4-yard gain. He has now rushed for 110 yards on 18 carries. He's caught 6 passes for 62 more yards.
The one thing that Jim Kelly depends on really is that offensive line. Look at this, 110 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. He's got about over 60 yards pass receiving. But Jim Kelly depends on his offensive line, and they are holding up for him now.
Don Beebe, a beautifully timed pattern, down and out. Kelly with the ball in the air before Beebe made his break, and he runs right into it for a first down, Buffalo.
And Kelly got hammered again right as he threw the football. Watch this from his backside. He doesn't see it coming, and it's Sam Mills. Well, it just got a piece of it. Looked a little worse than it was. He just pushed him down.
Sam, in the spirit of the season, lets him live for another play.
Yeah, let up a little bit. Look at these corners. These corners are way off 10. If you're blitzing that many people, instead of those guys, you've got to get up on the receiver.
Kelly again, timing pattern, inching his way down the field with the ball and ahead for a first down, a 12-yard gain to 15-year veteran James Lofton.
Well, take a look at this, Crick. I mean, you're 10 yards off, and then you're backing off when Lofton comes up. All he has to do, he goes down about 7, plants, makes the catch, and then picks up another 4 to get the first down. You've got to get up on these on the wide receivers.
Kelly now 13 for 27, 137 yards, 1 interception. Woo. Howard Rowe signaling very quickly that that was a incomplete pass. His arm was coming forward. Left we have another debacle like Washington last week in Dallas, although the officials, after looking at Aikman, said they couldn't determine if his arm was coming forward or if he was pulling it back.
Well, this time they just sent Vince Buck, who is a safety. You see Buck 26 in there along with Pat Swilling, but they just nailed Kelly. He had no shot at the ball. When you're blitzing like that, you better have those corners up on those wide receivers. They're playing way off.
Richie Jackson's been a warrior today. Bills go to the run, and Kenneth Davis somehow finds his way into the middle of the Saints defense. Everybody but Jim Mora got a shot at him. And on 2nd and 10, hit 3 or 4 times. Kenneth Davis gets ahead for a gain of 9 yards.
You better wrap your arms around Kenneth Davis. He doesn't get to play that much, but when he does, this is what he does best. Watch this. There's the hit by Johnson. He gets away from him. 2 more hits downfield. He gets away from them. And then finally, he picked up about 9 yards on the play.
Crowd starts up. Kelly has a lot of time to make the play call. Play clock is down only to 10 seconds. Now, the ultimate decision, 4th down and a yard. Bills down by 6 in the 4th quarter, 8:10 to play. Do they go for the long field goal, or do they try to gut it out? Go for the first down. It looks like they're going to go.
They're bringing Thurman Thomas back in. They're bringing Carwell Gardner back in and Pete Metzelaars, and it looks like they're going to go for it here. They lost about a half a yard on the play. It is 4th and a full yard. And they won't be able to hear a thing.
76,000 up and yelling here in the Superdome. The Bills down by 6. 4th down and a yard. Go to a power set. Carwell Gardner's the fullback. Kelly fakes. He looks. He throws. Goes for the end zone. It's caught, and then interference call. The ball was stripped from the receiver, Andre Reed. He had it and lost it, but there's a penalty call against New Orleans. So the Bills will have it 1st and goal. The ultimate gamble, and the Bills pay off.
Oh, they did, because Kelly threw into double coverage. He had Metzelaars breaking off to the corner. And I thought for a second that's where he would go. But he went for Andre Reed downfield.
Number 27 defense, first down.
They call it on Reginald Jones, number 27. Kelly, play action. The Saints knew he was going to do it. He throws the ball up. There's double coverage. That is a tough call.
Is this something? What a game. 16-10. 1st and goal, Bills down by 6. Thurman Thomas, he's going in. And now the extra point can give the Bills the lead, something they've not held since that opening 3-0 lead with the field goal.
Told you 6 points isn't enough against this team. That was a nice drive, and what a call on 4th down. The coverage was there. Here goes Thurman. They're running a sweep. He's got Carwell Gardner in the back, but the block is by Jim Richard, number 51. He gets into the end zone. Gene Atkins, 28, puts a stick on Thurman, but he's already in the end zone.
Kent Hull, the Bills center, said this is our biggest game since the Super Bowl. Now Christie with the most important point after. Reich fields a high snap well, sets it down, and the Bills take the lead. 17-16, but a long way to go. 7:19 to play. A 10-play, 85-yard drive. Thurman Thomas on the payoff end, his 12th touchdown of the season from 2 yards out.
When you look at this interference call, you've got Atkins in the front, and you're going to have Jones in the back. And they call not Atkins in the front, but they call Jones going up over the top, and that is pass interference. He made body contact with Andre Reed. It's an excellent call. He just hits Andre Reed before the ball gets there. Great call by the official. They had double coverage.
And a great second look. Our producer today for NBC Sports, Terry Ewert. Our director, John Gilmartin. Executive producer Terry O'Neill, as the Bills now get the throw from Kelly and the penalty on Reginald Jones.
Yeah, that ball's just floating up in the air. Atkins, I didn't think he had a play on the ball, which he didn't, but Jones went up and through.
Let us not forget, though, Paul, that Reginald Jones was the young guy who picked Kelly at the end of the first half in the end zone when it looked like Andre Reed had his arms outstretched ready to make a touchdown reception.
And everybody on that bench, they know that this game is a long way from being over.
There could be something in the air from 55 yards out in a field goal try with the gun sounding.
I thought well before this game was going to come down to the field goal kickers.
Christie boots a knuckler downfield. Picked it up as Buford Jordan. He lost the ball. The Bills have it. 22-yard line of New Orleans.
The ball just fell out of his hand. He was running with the football. Buford Jordan was not hit.
He recovered a fumble earlier. Now he gives one back.
It just fell out of his hand.
Coach Levy and Coach Mora seemingly impassive, but they've got to be churning.
I mean, it is incredible. Watch this.
Bruce DeHaven.
Here's Buford Jordan. There's nothing right there. He just watch the ball. It's just going to pop out of his hand. It falls out of his hand, and he is a running back. I mean, it's not that he's not used to carrying the ball.
He had been around for a while, too, Paul, as you were talking about earlier. They just recalled him. He'd been cut late in the preseason.
Yeah, well, they've been kicking the ball off not to Buford Jordan, but to Patrick Newman. And Jordan been playing softball. He should have had a glove. Watch this. The ball's not hit. It's not even touched. It just pops out of his hand.
Bills with the recovery already in field goal range, which means if they could hit a field goal, they'd have a 4-point lead, and the Saints would have to score a touchdown. Thurman. And Thomas is down to the 21-yard line. Sam Mills made the stop after a short gain. Bills looking to take as much clock as they can.
Yeah, they're going back into the huddle now. They're going to take their time, slow this thing down, run as much off the clock as you possibly can. You've got a 40-second clock. They're just taking their good old time back in that huddle. I'm just, you know, the Bills to get back in this ball game. We talked about it at halftime. Just don't ever forget about Thurman Thomas, because as long as he's in the ball game, you're in the ball game.
This is one of his greatest games. Carwell Gardner, a battering ram fullback. He might take it in. He's down to the 1. He doesn't get it often, but he slams the Saints defense for a 20-yard gain, and again the Bills have it point-blank range.
Carwell Gardner, watch this. You talk about guys bouncing out. We're talking about Hayward. There's Johnson. He gets rid of him. Atkins comes up. Toy Cook, 41, tries to pull the ball out, and then finally Reginald Jones makes the tackle, but the ball's at the 2-yard line. And every time that Carwell Gardner runs a play like this, the people in Buffalo say, well, why isn't he playing? And then the coaching staff says, okay, if we put him in, who do we take out?
That's right. The NFL's MVP plays ahead of him. And if Davis, penalty markers down. This might set Buffalo back.
This looks like a holding penalty.
Holding penalty it is against the Bills. So the Saints in a goal line stand. Now see the penalty mark is knocked off against the
Holding,
Bills.
number 74 offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
It's on Parker. He grabs Atkins 28. You see it right there in the middle of the screen. It pulls him down. Davis had no place to go.
Our NBC statistician Elliot Kalb totaling the numbers. Bills now with 166 yards rushing ball, 136 rushing in the second half.
And the Saints have really been shut down in rushing. And remember, the Bills are the best rush defensive team in football. I mean, there's only 3.3 yards per carry against them. That's the best in the National Football League.
Big play by the defense. Coming out of blitz was the safety, Keith Taylor.
They're running blitzes. They're doing everything. And Keith Taylor, watch this. He's in the backfield. Again, there's a player that's unaccountable, and that's Keith Taylor. There's not enough people up front to make the block on him.
Bills had it, you'll remember, first and goal at the 1-yard line after the run by Carwell Gardner. This is not what Coach Levy had in mind. Second and goal from the 18.
But the thing about it is, you just don't want to make a huge mistake, because if you get the field goal, you go up by 4, which means the Saints have to score a touchdown.
Exactly. Garner on a slant run takes the ball to the middle of the field. He'll probably, well, we'll see as two more wide receivers come in. Lofton and Beebe come back in for the Bills.
I would really be, surprised to see Kelly go down deep with this ball, because they're in a position, really, with Christie as their kicker, to get a 4-point lead in this ball game. And the way the defense, they've been coming up strong in the second half, the Bills, and the clock running down, a 4-point lead may be enough.
I don't know. Third down and goal. Kelly to Thurman Thomas. And he lunges to the 11-yard line.
Again, nothing spectacular. Just keep the ball on the ground. Thurman gets the ball towards the middle of the field.
28-yard field goal try, maybe 29. Christie comes back out.
The Saints take a timeout. That's one of their 3, but they still have 3 because of the 2-minute warning. They don't want the Bills to run that 40-second clock off and just say, okay, we'll run the clock down inside of 3 minutes, and then we'll give it back to you.
3 minutes and 39 seconds left to play in the game. The Bills thought they'd see a lot of Vaughn Dunbar, who ran so well against the Rams last week. Now, while there's a timeout on the field, let's go back to Bob in New York.
Don, the Vikings just clinched the NFC Central on this 36-yard Fuad Reves field goal as time expires at Three Rivers. So they have sewn it up after a late season slump. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, without Neil O'Donnell, can't do anything offensively. And even though they're the champs of the AFC Central, they are not certain of a first-round bye, and they are certainly not in good position for home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Thanks, Bob. It changes fast. Great year for Dennis Green, his first year at Minnesota. The 29-yarder. The Bills take a 4-point lead with 3:36 to play. So now the pressure's on New Orleans and quarterback Bobby Hebert to get him downfield.
Oldsmobile presents You Make the Call. Raiders defensive back Terry McDaniel leaps to intercept a pass near his own goal line and lands with both feet inside of the end zone, but with the ball in the end zone. Now you make the call. Where do you spot the ball?
If you think these guys are tough on each other, you should see how we tested the Oldsmobile Achieva. Because we recently pitted it against the Honda Accord and Toyota Camry. And after 100,000 miles, in an independent test, in the real world, guess who won? It's your choice.
What call did you make? When a player intercepts a pass with both feet in the field of play, the ball is put in play at the point of interception as determined by the player's feet. In this case, the ball would be spotted on the 1-yard line.
What else? Isotoner gloves. Put on your Isotoner gloves and let's go out and play. So you take care of the hands that take care of you.
If your face was square, shaving would be simple, but your face has curves, presenting the revolutionary Schick Tracer, the only twin-blade razor that flexes to follow the curves of your face. Schick Tracer, we're changing the face of shaving.
The Chargers bolting towards the playoffs. The Raiders, a major obstacle in their way. Next.
Thurman Thomas, a man with a history of great games for the Bills, with one of his finest today. 174 yards total offense for Thurman Thomas. Don Criqui with Paul McGuire. You talk, Paul, about they have to get it back to Thurman. They did, and they took the lead.
Yeah, and the one thing that New Orleans told us yesterday, in order to beat the Buffalo Bills, you must stop Thurman Thomas. They did in the first half. That's fine. But this is a 60-minute ball game, Crick, and they didn't do it the second half.
Now Hebert has to start firing as Christie booms one 9 yards deep in the end zone. I was talking to Jerry Seaman, the head of officiating for the NFL, and he said one of the things he'd like to see the competition committee look at is moving the kickoff mark from the 35-yard line back to the 30, because these great kickers like Christie and Morton Anderson, half their kickoffs aren't returned. I mentioned that to Jim Finch yesterday, the president of the Saints, who is the chairman of the competition committee. He looked at me like I needed some help. He said, "You think I'm going to vote for that when I got a guy like this?"
Yeah. You got Deloiso. I remember Buffalo got him. They kept 2 kickers, and the kickoff team was kind of mad because he kicked it in the end zone all the time. He didn't have a chance to go down and get some fumbles. New Orleans, nothing in the second half.
The argument for moving it back, of course, being the kickoff is one of the most exciting parts of the game, but a lot of them with these great kickers aren't run back. Look at that throw and the great defensive play. Carlton Bailey comes from off the play, tips it away. Let's go back to Bob Costas.
Well, the Washington.
And NBC Sports will be there for that game, starting with NFL Live at 3:30 on December 26th. Hebert throws a strike and a connection. No, they're waving it off. Torrance Small, that standout rookie, looked like he might have had it right off the turf, but they say no.
Well, a lot of times we watch the Bills saying no, no, no. Here's Small. The ball's coming in. Look at this. Down on the ground. That is no catch. And the only official that could see it was the official from behind, and he's the one that made the call, and the right call.
We talked at the outset about the Bills, Paul, playing their best football against the National Conference. If they win this game, they'll go 4-0 against the NFC, including a win against the 49ers at Candlestick. Still alive, then he runs out of the pocket. Looked like they had him, they lost him. They get him again. That's 4 sacks as big Phil Hansen, second-year pass rusher from North Dakota State.
Phil Hansen has 2. Jeff Wright has 2. Hebert 4. Only 11 going into this game. Here it is. Hebert, watch this whole thing collapse. And here comes Phil Hansen inside. And he makes the play. Keith Willis is the first guy that had a shot at him, and then Hansen makes the play.
Clifford Hicks fields the ball, and the Bills will start with it at the Saints' 49-yard line, a 42-yard punt. So the game changes quickly as the Bills score the go-ahead touchdown, then get the ball back on a Buford Jordan fumble, hit the field goal, hold a 4-point lead, 2:56 to play.
And here's the situation where the Buffalo Bills can really keep control of the football. Don't do anything, dumb. Don't try to make something happen. Just let the flow of the game. You still have Thurman Thomas in it.
Doubleheader day on NBC Sports. The Chargers, who could be charging toward the AFC Western title, they go against the Raiders. You'll see as the second game on most of these NBC stations. The Seahawks will play Denver later today. Last 3 possessions for the Saints, 3 plays and a punt. The pile moves like a glacier forward for about 3 yards. Think second down up.
Saints will take all their timeouts. They're down to 1. They'll take 1 here. And if they stop the Bills again, they will take their last timeout. Then the Bills will let it run down to the 2-minute warning, which will be the 3rd one. And I don't think the Bills will try a 65-yard field goal.
Hey, listen, I was here when Tom Dempsey kicked one from 63. I don't think the Bills would try one.
That's right. You did that game, didn't you?
Yeah.
That wasn't in here, though.
No, that was at Tulane Stadium, which is, I think, now some housing for Tulane University.
Into the wind.
It's the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. Yeah, well, people didn't realize about it. Because of the distance and the whole Detroit Lion team was rushing, Joe Scarpati, the holder, normally he was 7 yards back. He went 8 yards back, and because he had to kick it so far, Dempsey took an extra step back to get a running start at. So it was all new things. There was a whole lot of things factored in.
And our producer, Terry Ebert, was 2 years old then.
Yeah. Harwell Gardner. He's a workmanlike back, and he's ahead for a first down. In the 4th quarter, the Bills have taken over this game.
Coors Cutter, non-alcoholic brew, tastes so much like beer, it'll fool them out. For the taste of beer, let the cutter flow. Your body knows the difference, but the mouth don't know. Oh, taste in Coors Cutter. Your body knows the difference, but the mouth don't know. Oh, taste Coors Cutter. Your body knows the difference. Cutter tastes like beer because it's brewed like beer, but the mouth don't know.
Jim Moore very upset that the clock was still running as they went to timeout.
Doesn't make any difference because, I mean, there's 40 seconds on the clock. After the Bills run this next play, you have 40 seconds in which to put the ball back into play, so it won't make any difference anyway. It's going to go down to the 2-minute warning. The Buffalo Bills really have their destiny in their own hands, and this is the game that they believe they had to win. And we talked to Jim Kelly yesterday. He said, we're going to win this football game. There are a lot of people that don't think we are, but we think we will.
Yeah, they were really optimistic, even with all the injuries, and the injury situation got worse as the game went on.
But every time you see it, when you see a guy, first of all, they come out today and they find out Bruce Smith is not going to play. Then they lose Cornelius Bennett. This is when players on good football teams, Frick, step it up a notch. And they give 100% all the time.
And just as you say, they'll run it straight ahead.
See, there's 38 counting on the play clock. There's 2:28 on the game clock, so it doesn't make any difference. Moore didn't have to be yelling anyway.
Okay, this is the first time the crowd's been out of the game. They were in it big time.
Oh yeah, for 3 quarters and 3 quarters and about 10 minutes into that 4th quarter. But again, it's when you have a good football team, everyone on that team just picks it up another notch. When you lose your best player on defense, the rest of the defense reacts to it.
2 minutes to play, and there's timeout on the field.
There's only one thing they're into as much as Domino's Pizza. Now, order Domino's and get your Domino's $25 million Nintendo Instant Win Game card with a chance to win thousands of free Super NES, Game Boy systems, Super Mario Kart games, plus savings on pizza and Coke Classic. Call Domino's. You can win Nintendo stuff. And try our new Domino's Twisty Bread, free with our unlimited topping medium, just $9.99.
Are you looking for a car with exceptional value? Because the Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme Special Edition has got a V6, 4-speed automatic, air, cruise control, tilt wheel, power windows and locks, AM/FM cassette, and lots of other neat stuff. And it costs only $15,995. Well, you probably want to get back to the game. It's your money.
The water on the left is being heated by electricity, on the right by natural gas. For the cost of heating this much water with electricity, we'd like to show you how much more you can get with gas. So why settle for the water on the left when natural gas gives you all that hot water on the right? Clean natural gas America's best energy value.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Domino's. Call Domino's Pizza now, and you'll be enjoying free Twisty Bread with our unlimited toppings pizza deal when the game is over.
2 minutes to play and a scoring recap. Steve Christie started it off a 25-yard field goal for the Bills. Orton Anderson came back. It was 3-3 in the first quarter. Then Anderson, after a Bills fumble by Edwards, picked one. Later a touchdown. Bills finally got back in on Thurman Thomas's touchdown of the day, and then his second put them ahead. Try to do that again and perhaps faster. That's how it all happened today. A great team victory for the Bills, and certainly as a field goal by Christie from 29 yards out, people are responsible for it should get notice. And Marv Levy's staff includes Tom Bresnahan, Walt Corey, Bruce DeHaven, Charlie Joyner, Rusty Jones, Don Lawrence, Chuck Lester, Elijah Pitts, the former great Packer. He's assistant head coach. Dick Roach, Dan Sikonovich, and Jim Schaffner, who's standing next to Marv Levy.
And Gilbert Jordan, who fumbled the kickoff without being hit.
Gardner working very hard to do nothing, and he's quite pleased to do nothing at this point. Just run the clock as it's down to a minute to play.
Well, they have 38. They'll be about the Bills will take it right down and take the penalty. There will be about 15 seconds, I think, by the time the Bills get the Saints get the ball with no timeouts.
Laura and Levy coached against each other in the U.S. Football League. Marv was the head coach of the Chicago Blitz, Jim the head coach of the Philadelphia Stars. And Levy said yesterday there wasn't a big problem getting tickets to that one like there is this one.
Yeah, this is the best ticket in this year or the hardest ticket in New Orleans.
It's like a Super Bowl ticket down here.
And the two quarterbacks were starting quarterbacks in the old USFL. Bobby Hebert with Michigan and Jim Kelly with the Houston Gamblers.
So the Bills get set now to head back to Buffalo, then on to Houston, and quite possibly back to the home field through the playoffs. They could very well meet the 49ers in Pasadena on NBC in the Super Bowl.
Kicking team, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 4th down.
Jim Moore wants a little bit more time on the clock than he's getting. There's 14 seconds on the clock now. By the time they kick the ball away, I mean, here's the situation in which you don't kick the ball into the end zone. You just want to pooch it over the line of scrimmage. The Saints aren't even going to send anybody back the way it looks. You pooch it over the line of scrimmage and let the ball roll and let the clock run. Don't. And remember, we saw this a week ago.
Clock operator, clock should read 19 seconds.
Yeah, Moore is right.
1-9.
I said 17 by the time they get the ball. But if you pooch the ball and let it go down, we saw this happen to us last week. And the Bills don't go down and touch the ball, because if you touch the ball, it's an illegal touch.
Yep.
And there'll be a final play.
And while we have a moment, we tell you that the executive producer of NBC Sports is Terry O'Neill. The coordinating producer of NBC Football, John Faratzis. Today's game produced by Terry Ewert. Directed by John Gilmartin. Associate director Ray Smaltz. As the ball is hit downfield and nobody's back, nor should there be, as it now caroms into the end zone for a touchback. Production associate Molly Solomon. Technical manager Bill Perinello. Production manager Tim DeKime, and Arnold Marsh, and technical director Jim Johnson.
There's a flag on the play.
10 seconds on the clock. 20-16 the count on the scoreboard. The Bills rallying in the 4th quarter to win.
There was an offside. I think it's offside against.
Offsides, number 57 defense. Penalty decline. Touchback. 1st down.
See, I don't understand this. I would take the penalty and kick again, and then run more time off the clock. But they don't want to take a chance at having it blocked.
Going 80 yards.
In one play? Well, 10 seconds.
And while we have a moment, we wish our listeners from everyone at NBC Sports a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, happiest of holiday seasons. May yours be a happy and a safe one. As we head down to the final ticks of this game, and a most dramatic come-from-behind victory for Buffalo, coming in against all odds with some of their best people sidelined. There's one of them. He went out early. Saints with a desperation attempt now.
to remember this game. I mean,
Bruce is having a good time.
Oh
here,
yeah,
Paul.
he's had a great time. He's watched it, getting well, got better and better as everybody did their job. But the one thing with the Saints, they really didn't need this game. It was a pride thing for them. They just want to keep that notch up. They're going to be in the playoffs anyway.
Swing pass. Dalton Hilliard on the run. They get him. By that old Kell lateral play, but it doesn't work. And our thanks to NBC statistician Elliot Kalb, as that will do it. The final gun sounds here at